Marco. Marco.
Marco.
Let's go.
Yeehaw. It's bull wrangling time.
Do you like me?
I gotta get the bag.
Obama.
Yes. There we go. The mic wasn't working.
Marco. Marco.
Thumbs up the team.
Thanks, Marco.
Let me make sure it sounds okay.
I gotta get the bag.
Hold on. Does this sound too hot? Is it hot? Yes. Oh. Shit the fuck. Hold on. Sounds way too hot. Test. Is that better? Is that better? Jesus Christ, that was horrible. Are we good now? That was so fucking bad. I know why it happened too. Let me see. I'm gonna wait for it to catch up here. Let me see. That was awful. I'm so sorry about that. Is that better? Oh, it's so much better. He fixed it. He fixed it. Yes. He fixed it. Woo! Yay, I'm not assassinating my fucking viewers' eardrums. Yay. Wow, my God, that was so bad. Why did that happen, Marco? Why did that happen? Tell us. That happened, I'm guessing, because let me turn it down even more. How about, yeah, a little bit better. Wow, there, it's much better. That happened because you didn't thumbs up the thing.
Thumbs up the team.
No, that happened because this is my first time streaming since Saturday, obviously. But 2 days ago, I actually shut off my computer and shut down, turned it off, unplugged it, opened it up, cleaned out dust from the inside of the PC, and added another hard drive inside because I needed more space. So now I added 4 terabytes of space. What does that have to do with the microphone sound? Well, I'm guessing that after I did that hard shutdown and rebooted the computer, it default reverted my mic's settings to the default, which was 100% volume in the computer settings. And that's why it was so loud and I had to turn it back down. So make sure you thumbs up the stream because we fixed things. And what else? I saw John Wick 4 the other day, and I get it. So that's another thing. I want to thank you guys for being here, and I want to say what up and big up to all you people, Legend Gaming, who was first, Alicia, Maria, Chemist, Diana, Lisa, Shadow, Jared, Johnny, Jimmy, Chemist, Connor Banshee, Diplomatic Community, one of my favorite Drake songs, Nina Fiddler, or Fiedler, Valerie, Nicole, what up, Nicole? Anti-MLM. Sirens are going off. People died around me. Linda, Kylie, Eliza. I want to thank Eliza for sending me a gift. She sent me an amazing candle, which I actually have burning right now. She sent me an amazing candle in the mail that was pyramid themed. It had little decorations on the top layer of the candle, little pyramids. And she also sent me a crystal and a very nice note. Thank you for that, Eliza. I also would like to thank Starla Starla sent me a package today that I went and picked up. I'll show you. Starla sent me some cool stuff here. Let me see if I can show y'all here. Starla sent me also a nice card, nice letter. Very, very much appreciate that, Starla. She sent me some red flags for when we're doing the streams. We can talk about and we talk about red flags. We can show these. How do I didn't put them together yet. They're still flat in the package. So here we go. Oh, I fucked it up. There we go. Some red flags. Very helpful. Thank you very much, Starla. That's a funny little prop there that I can use on my stream. And she also sent in some anti-MLM stickers. And she sent some decals. I know some people pronounce it decal. Those people are wrong. Anti-MLM decals. I'm not sure where I'm going to put these yet. This one here says, I'm recruitable, hun. Let's see. This one says, it's a pyramid scheme, honey. This one says, nothing. Oh, these are the front and back cover. Okay. This one says, anti-MLM. So very grateful for those gifts from Starla and Eliza. Very much appreciate that, you guys. It means a lot. If you want to send me something that is not a, package that's going to explode as soon as I open it, or give me, swine flu, hit me up on the DM, and I will give you an address that you can send it to. And for all you MLM people who are watching, it is not my home address, so don't get ahead of yourself now. But that was very nice. Let me move this stuff back. I don't want to clutter up my workspace here. Well, clutter it up any more than it is. All right, so very sweet, very sweet. Appreciate y'all being here. I read a bunch of names. I can't read all the names, but so we fixed the mic and we fixed Scott and Peter. We have a better setup than Marco. Yeah, no doubt. So it's okay. The audio was fucked up when I first started, and I have no excuse because I've been doing this for 4 years, and it's all good. So we fixed it. Scott and Peter are going to have a field day knowing you are struggling with technology. Yep. Yes, I was whispering. Marco, your cheek is red. Do we have to beat someone up? Is it? Oh, it's just from warmth. I have maybe the most sensitive skin in the entire universe. Like if I was to flick this cheek right now, it would probably be red for the rest of the stream. So all good. Yes, Eliza, go ahead and put the name of your candle on in the chat. I don't remember it off the top of my head, but very much appreciate that. It was great quality. So thumbs up the stream. Odds is a member. You got gifted a membership. Love to see that. Jimmy Moon, Eliza. I'm seeing a lot of members in here. Do I find Edmontonians are more susceptible to pyramid schemes? I mean, I've only ever lived in Edmonton, so I don't really know. I think people are susceptible regardless, but I think Alberta is the pyramid scheme MLM capital of Canada, the province I live in. I think I read that there are more active MLM participants in Alberta than anywhere else in Canada. But speaking of Edmonton, World Financial Group is doing a charity hockey game on April 1st, April Fool's Day of all days, at West Edmonton Mall, at the ice rink in the mall. It's obviously a public area. Anyone can go there and see it. And I intend to go with this sign. Let me show you my sign. Hello, WFG. Let me move this. Screenshot that. WFG is a pyramid scheme. There you go. That's my sign. I had help making this from a secret friend. I'm not going to name names, but I had help. By help, I mean I bought the supplies and they did everything else. I had help making the sign, but I need a little bit more help because I want to go to this WFG hockey game and troll them with this sign, but my cousin Gabby, who helps me film sometimes, isn't around. And my other videographer, Jamie, who I've hired before, also isn't available. And I need somebody to come with me to be my camera person. April 1st, it's a Saturday. It's in the afternoon at 1 o'clock. So I got to try to be there by like 12:30. And I'll probably be there for an hour, give or take, maybe less. Maybe they'll call the security and I'll only be there within, for 5-10 minutes. So if you're in Edmonton and you have a beating heart and you can hold a camera and you're not a complete fucking idiot, please holler at me if you are available to help me, because I don't, I keep a pretty small circle and I usually do most of my filming and stuff just from the sanctity of my own home. I do everything by myself. So rarely do I ever even need somebody to help me with something like this. But if anybody is in Edmonton available to help me out, I would definitely appreciate that. Wave your red flags at the game. Totally. Definitely. Wow, 144 people watching, only 91 likes. Thumbs up the stream.
Thumbs up the team.
Thumbs up the stream, y'all. Click like on this stream if you're here, if you're part of this cult. Scott and Peter will call them ahead of time, totally. If anyone's looking for the pyramid candle, DM me asking for the Marco candle. Awesome. Thank you for posting that, Eliza. Serenity Sewings is the @ on Instagram for your candle needs. What up, DC? Just popping in to say, hey, appreciate you, DC. Appreciate you sending me the stuff we're going to react to today. What up, Johnny Azul? Light up that thumb. Yep. Love the requirements. Recruiting anyone with a pulse. Is this an MLM? Hilarious. My friend's mentor just posted she's no longer affiliated with I Am. He couldn't block me fast enough. Ah, fuck. So your friend's mentor. I see. I love that. I love to see that. Well, more people getting out. Good to see, David. Thank you for the dono. And the new dono goal that's up here is for more costs to pay my editor. I didn't drop a multi-level misery episode on Monday or last Monday. Last Monday, I dropped the video of my conference speech. And this Monday, I just didn't do it because I was sick and I didn't have one banked. And I wasn't feeling good enough to record a new one because I was like all stuffy and runny nose and shit, and it would have been whack. So I have a couple more that I'm filming this week upcoming, and I'd like to bank a bunch of them so that I can have them set to release for the next, month, and then, keep it pushing like that. So if you want to support, continuous support of the channel is much appreciated. Am I taking my nieces to the Super Mario movie? I definitely probably will do that. I was with them today, and I helped my niece who's in grade 3 with her homework, which I'm sure Scott and Peter will refute that because I'm too stupid to help a 3rd grader with their homework. But alas, I managed. So, yeah. And what else? TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. I posted a clip, the first minute or so of my speech from the conference, and I posted that, and we're creeping up on 300K views on TikTok. Oh, shit. I got to cut new clips from that as well. So it's going up, almost 1 million likes on TikTok. Almost, I think I have 12K followers on TikTok. Not this guy trying to recruit people to Primerica in the comments of my fucking TikTok video. Okay, no, he's trolling. Okay, all good. So, good stuff. Follow the TikTok. Eliza just followed me on TikTok. Yeah, 12.4K. Oh, he's going stupid viral. He's going stupid viral. We love to see it. And what else do I have written down here? Bro, we all know this guy, right? We all know this fellow, Ben Palmer. He has the channel PalmerTrolls. I think TikTok is probably his biggest platform. That's, I think, where I've seen him the most. Let me pull him up here. PalmerTrolls, TikTok. Where is he? Ben Palmer. Here we go. Oh, he's huge on TikTok. Yeah, 3.7 million followers on TikTok. And I'm sure you guys have seen his videos. He's done videos where he like pretends to want to join different companies, MLM companies, or like he pretends to be them. And he's big on Instagram, TikTok. Let me find a video. Let me see. Can I find Monet on here? Oh, I fucked up. Monet, nope. World, nope. Nope. Oh, I'm fucking it up. I love to see it. Anywho, let's watch one of them. You guys already know what I'm talking about anyways, but here, let's watch one of them.
I joined a job interview for a company that scams other businesses. Are you guys all interviewing for this job?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, just to let you know, this company is a scam. They scam people. They send people stuff in the mail, and then they try to charge them for it. So I just hope you all are aware of it. They have terrible reviews on Google if you see it. So just a heads up, you'll be working for a scam company, a company that actually tries to steal money from people. Somehow they're not. They're getting away with it, but I just want to give everyone a heads up. So just be aware of that. If you do get hired by them, you'll be working for a scam company. So there's a lot of good jobs. There's a lot of good jobs out there that don't scam people. So you might want to look into those ones before you start working with these people. A lot of people hate these people. A lot of people literally hate this company because they try to steal money from them. They call like the contract.
Now?
No, he must have locked out.
Do you have his name or anything since I can report him?
I think his name was Ron. That's all I saw, but
Okay.
Anywho, so he's 131 million likes on TikTok. Anyways, he followed me on Instagram today. And I have had we haven't had direct correspondence yet, but people have sent me stuff before talking to him about my videos. I know he knows who I am and about my videos. His stuff is dope. So Ben, if you're trying to do something, holla at me. We follow each other on Instagram now. So good stuff. So shout out to Ben. Yeah, he followed me earlier today, and that was very cool. So if you see me in a Ben Palmer flim, or you see him in one of my videos, you know, you'll see that, I guess. Okay, and what else? The gifts. Thank you, Starla. Thank you, Eliza. Ben. World Financial Group Hockey Game. Hey, if you're in Edmonton, help me out. Jared, DM me. Thumbs up the stream.
Thumbs up the team.
Let's get it to 200. Yeah, 60 of you haven't done it yet. And let's get into... My man with the headset is on DEFCON 3, yep. Let's get into what I want to talk about today. So, obviously, the last update that I gave on Jessie Lee was a decently popular live stream that I did. It was called Jessie Lee Ward Has Cancer. I streamed this a month ago. It's got 10,000 views. And, you know, February 24th, so almost exactly a month ago. In this video, we discussed the announcement that Eric Worre posted on Instagram where he sort of put it out there that Jessie Lee Ward was going in for like emergency surgery the following morning due to her having cancer. And, you know, that I don't play about, you know, cancer or joke about it or anything like that, because it's obviously super fucked up. And, you know, I just lost my grandma this past July from cancer. So, DC, can you tell me which one of these comes first? Which one of these lives takes place first? So, I mean, other anti-MLM creators have already reacted to this. I'm a bit late to the party, but I still think I should contribute my platform or whatever to talking about this. Speaking of my platform, by the way, I'm almost at 60,000 subscribers. Oh, shit. Almost at 60K. I think I'm like less than 150 subscribers away. 59.8K. It's the most I've ever had. I'm very close. And, you know, I was thinking maybe we'd do something special for 60K, but I already know that the thing I need to do is just to finish working on this Primerica video, which has been taking forever, and get that posted. And speaking of Primerica, the office that I infiltrated, where I told them my name was Alex and I did the interview with them and recorded it, when I was with my aunt and my nieces today, we were like driving around the area where that Primerica office is, and my aunt was like, oh, I just gotta go stop over here at this one shop. And the shop was literally like in the same parking lot as that Primerica office. And I was like, we went right past it. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, this is the Primerica place. Like, they know me here. It's not safe. And I like, you know, had to duck down in the car as we went past it because there was people in there. I was like, oh my God, of course, the errand that my aunt had to do just happened to be right, you know, essentially next door to that Primerica. So, but anywho, we got to react to two different Jessie Lee Ward lives. There's this one called Catching Up With Everyone, Haven't Done My Makeup in Ages, Wow. And there's this one called, what the fuck is this one called? 16 Million Spanking, whatever that means. Which one of these takes place first? I believe it's this one. If any of y'all know from watching the other anti-MLM creators' reactions, there's this one and there's this one. Do we know? Nobody knows. All good. It's all good. Nobody knows. And if nobody knows, nobody grows. So all good. Let's just get right into it. Basically, I'm going to show you on Instagram. Jessie Lee Ward claims that she has beaten cancer. Now, she said she had stage 4 cancer. Here's the Google definition of stage 4 cancer from NHS. Stage 4 cancer means the cancer has spread from where it started to at least one other body organ, also known as secondary or metastatic cancer, meaning it's metastasized. Although the removal of the overall prognosis may be poor, many patients with stage 4 cancer can live for years. Although it says stage 4 cancer is the most severe, but it's not always terminal. So, okay, great. You know, if Jessie Lee has a type of cancer that she can even partially or fully recover from, I think that's great. I not even being facetious, I actually do think that's great. Let's take a look at her Instagram, see what she's been saying. It says here, I'll move me out of the way. It says here, all I'm saying is, if cancer wanted to win, it should have chosen a weaker vessel, a less faithful vessel, a less God-trusting vessel. I, for one, believe that it's all gone. I believe the surgeon's hands removed every last drop of this stupid MF, and I believe that now I will actually become the most powerful version of myself now that evil is done playing games in my body. I've always been odd and divinely guided. This is no different. I have faith, not fear. Several doctors and nurses have commented on my incredible health and physical fitness, with gratitude for how I've treated my body, making surgery easier and recovery a breeze. God knew I was supposed to be on this intense journey to health the last 8 months. This is the final step. I believe the cancer is gone, and I believe I will be the complete version of health for many, 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 many years to come. It takes a village to love Jessie. Good thing I got one. The worldwide prayers are calming my heart and mind, so thank you so much. I love you, and I'm working on loving me, Jessie Lee. Great. And let's see this one. She says, I called myself Boss Lee because I'm a boss at everything I do. I toyed around with putting the boss to rest during my healing and recovery until 2 days ago at MD Anderson. I will be a bigger and stronger boss than ever, and this time with my health. I'm going to attack this thing with everything in me, and with faith over fear even in the scariest moments, which 2 days ago was. It's a different hashtag Bossly, but you better believe she's 100% driving this, but with different energy. You know, more shit about how the future is going to be sick and whatever. So this is great. I mean, if you believe, I was rubbed the wrong way by some of the comments that people posted in my stream where I talked about Jessie Lee having cancer. And there was comments that were left on that stream, which I was also disappointed by, where people talked about how I shouldn't feel bad for Jessie Lee because she constantly, has been a source of medical misinformation and just overall causing harm to people, whether it was through the gaslighting, the toxic positivity, the fact that people in MLMs lose money, the fact that MLM companies are pyramid schemes. But people told me, there was comments saying I shouldn't feel bad for her. There was only a couple like this. The overwhelming sentiment was that it was terrible, that it was sad, that she had cancer. Somebody, here's a comment I disagreed with, and somebody said, she told women not to get checked for breast cancer. I don't know if that's true. So they could die? That's karma. I find it very hypocritical when you all pray for and wish her the best. But be honest, you don't care. This is referring to me and all the anti-MLM creators who talked about this. And neither do I. She has no redeeming qualities, and that's fine. You don't have to have a purpose. Just living is fine. But she actually makes people's lives worse. She hurt them. She made fun of them. She cheated, scammed, and gaslit them. And she even actively tried to kill them and screw up their health. I don't know if that's true. So why should I give a flying crap about her? And then another person responded to that and said, this is the only honest comment I've read. I wouldn't say I hope she dies or deserves cancer, but I'm not going to act like all of a sudden I care about her well-being. I don't really vibe with those comments because I don't vibe with those comments because, okay, it's such a weird philosophical thing where it's it's sort of like that conundrum about would you go back, if you could go back in time, would you kill baby Hitler when he was a baby? Because then you have to grapple with the quandary of killing a baby and how would you prove that he would have grown up to be, So it's it's a tough thing. None of us have the power to determine, but I actually have a different take on this. I don't think it's right to say it's karma, nor do I think it is karma. Because if you say it's karma, you're sort of subscribing to the same pseudoscience that we admonish MLM people for pushing. The law of attraction. Believe it and it is true. Karma falls into that, in my opinion. There is no scientific backing for karmic energy. Just like there is no scientific backing for the law of attraction or for Jessie being cancer-free because she believes that she's cancer-free. We can't have it both ways. We got to be consistent in our criticisms and our beliefs. Otherwise, we're just fucking hypocrites, So no, I don't think it's karma because I don't subscribe to the belief of the law of attraction and karma and whatever. If anything, I think Jessie Lee having cancer is maybe a reflection of because she is young, she is healthy. For her to have stage 4 colon cancer is pretty abnormal. So if anything, I know how stress can contribute to medical problems. It's inflammation. Inflammation, that's essentially what cancer is. You use chemotherapy to try to burn away the cancer, and that's why people lose their hair, because the chemo kills everything, not just the cancer. I think if you were constantly dealing with the stress of being criticized publicly, people making videos about you. This is what Jessie Lee has experienced for the past however many years. And if you had even the slightest grasp or understanding of what the criticism was about, and you had that going on inside of you, that stress of like, am I a bad person? Am I hurting people? Or maybe she knows deep down that she is, and that is causing her stress. You know, in my multi-level misery interview that I did with Jimmy Bastian, the guy who, the video is called arrested for running a Ponzi scheme. In it, he talked about how he knows firsthand from being around the top people in different MLM companies that the reason they drink and smoke and do drugs and, you know, gallivant around and cheat on their wives and all this stuff is because they have the guilt. They are guilty. They do feel it, and they're trying to suppress. If that's the case, and you live a life like that to cover up guilt, I do believe that you're more likely to end up getting something like cancer, because not only are those substances not good for you and your body, but the stress itself, it's like you're putting the stress, the guilt of doing bad was the fire, and then the drugs and alcohol was the gasoline. But even without the added gasoline, I think just having that guilt, carrying that for years, carrying the stress of like putting on this performance on social media every day of being a millionaire, being Boss Lee, I think that on its own is enough to give somebody fucking cancer. And again, that's not like a scientifically backed thing. I'm not in a position to diagnose, nor would I attempt to. But I'm just saying, if we're gonna speculate about karma or this or that, I super don't think karma is the answer. If I'm trying to root my thinking in the real world, in logic, I would say that, if anything, how does a young, supposedly healthy woman have something so drastic happen to her? Stress. That would be my guess. Again, I don't know. It could be genetic. It could be hereditary. Maybe her mom had something similar. I don't know. Maybe she was exposed to something. There's a multitude of factors. I don't know. But I'm just positing my own theory and trying to explain why I don't think it's karma. So, do I feel bad for Jessie Lee having cancer? Of course I feel bad for Jessie Lee having cancer. Both things can be true. I can feel bad for Jessie Lee having cancer, and I can also criticize her and think that the way she lived her life before she announced her cancer diagnosis was deplorable. And I think this is the reason we're reacting to these two videos tonight. And I haven't seen these two lives, but from what I understand, from the little bit that I've heard through the grapevine thus far, is that she is handling her life post-cancer diagnosis in just as much of an ignorant, toxic positivity way. And I think that is harmful. And it's ironic that she has cancer, because she continues to spread this unsafe messaging, which spreads like a cancer to people who may be dealing with their own health issues. And, I'm sorry, the power of belief and going through a hyperbaric chamber and ketones, it's not going to cure cancer. I'm sorry. It's not. So we're going to watch this. Click like on the stream if you want. Let me read some of your comments here real quick. Olivia says, no, karma would be someone scamming her out of all her money. Yeah, that would be karma. Her getting cancer is not karma. Exactly. She did say that she did spread gross medical misinformation and continues to in these lives you're planning to watch. Okay, good to know. You watched the pink shirt one today. The makeup one is first. Okay, I will watch that one. I'm reading your comments right now. Yeah, cancer is another level. No one deserves that. I'm working on this Primerica video. One of the sentiments that I see repeated multiple times from people who are in the same downline I'll just give you a spoiler right now for the video. There's a video on my channel called Debate with Gary Kornegay from Primerica. It was originally called Debating a Senior Member of Primerica. I changed the title the other day because I realized that searching his name didn't show you my video, and I thought that was a real shame. So if you search now, if you just go on my page, you can find it. It's called Debate with Primerica Recruiter Gary Kornegay. He is one of the people I am spotlighting in my Primerica video, okay? Full spoiler alert, that's all I'm going to give you. He has several people in his downline who have this saying that they got from him: with new levels, new devils. Meaning, basically, more money, more problems. As you level up, there's new issues. I think, I watched a video that just absolutely fucking broke my heart from a girl who is in Gary's downline. She's been with him for a few years now, and she talks about how she was hustling her business in Primerica during the period of time where her mom was battling a terminal cancer diagnosis. And she set up an office in the house to hustle her Primerica business. And her family was, questioning her sanity because she was choosing to focus on Primerica instead of spending time with their dying mom and cherishing the last moments. And in this video where she's telling this story, of course she is spinning it like it's a positive trials and tribulations story about overcoming challenges to be successful with Primerica. I look at it differently. I look at it as an absolute, it was heartbreaking. She said, well, I have to do this because this is how I'm going to take care of everybody, and this is how, this is why I need to do it. My mom has cancer. That's why I need to be grinding Primerica and whatever. And she says, when she found out that her mom had cancer, she remembered back to her mentor, Gary Kornegay, new levels, new devils. And so she took it as a sign from God, her mom getting cancer. She took it as a sign from God that this was simply a test that she would have to pass as part of her journey to becoming whatever rank in Primerica. Now, if you read Steve Hassan's book, Combating Cult Mind Control, you will know that one of the telltale signs of cult leaders and people who are in cults is that they feel that they were anointed by God to do what they do. And I just wish that I could speak to this girl that's in Primerica and just tell her, God did not kill your mom so that you could recruit people into Primerica. Okay? And I get this sentiment, it's not repeated word for word in Jessie Lee's Instagram captions, new levels, new devils, but she checks all the boxes, This is a they should have chose a weaker vessel, a less God-fearing vessel. God wants me here. This is part of my journey. This is just a chapter in my story. It's like, God damn, bro. These people really live their life like it's a fucking movie that's being condensed into a Instagram Live or a short video with, emotional music behind it. You guys remember in one of my videos, I showed how a gentleman, maybe I shouldn't say his name, but there's a gentleman who was featured in one of my I Am Academy videos who talks about how he skipped his mom's funeral. He skipped visiting his mom in the hospital as she was dying of cancer so that he could go to a recruiting event, a motivational event, and grind because he wanted to go chairman. That was the name of the rank in the company. So it's just, and I've seen people from that company too in 2021 who were on Mother's Day. There was a huge flurry of posts on Mother's Day from people saying, I'm skipping out on Mother's Day and not spending time with my mom to grind because y'all out there spending time celebrating Mother's Day, but you can't really take care of your mom. I'm going to sacrifice this Mother's Day so that I can take care of my mom for the rest of my life, and every day will be Mother's Day. This is really what they believe. This is really like the thinking they use. And they make it, I got to give it to them, they make it sound sensible. Oh yeah, sacrifice one Mother's Day so that your mom can have the life of her dreams, and every day will be Mother's Day. But what ends up happening? You not only missed out on Mother's Day, you missed out on basically every day that you were grinding your pyramid scheme. And fast forward 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, and you're not a millionaire. Or you did become a millionaire, and it's only because you fucked over how many people to get there. So, you know, yeah, great point, Charlene. Charlene says, what about all the good people that get cancer? Is that karma too? Exactly. We can't pick and choose. We don't get to say, oh, that's karma when Jessie Lee gets cancer, but then say, oh, that's so unfortunate when a child gets cancer. You know, it's just, you know, man. So, anyways, let me read your comments here. Thumbs up the stream, by the way, if you're watching. Andrea says, when I was in the thick of MLM with Jessie Lee, I had 2 kidney stone attacks in a short period of time. Woke me up, though, to the reality of what I was doing, and it wasn't worth it. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. Pablo says, Jessie was healthy, but stress can turn the body acidic, which makes the body susceptible to cancer. Thank you. It starts with thoughts. So thoughts can cause cancer. Yeah, that is a sensible way of explaining it. That does not, it sounds awfully close to the whole mindset talk. But what you're saying actually is sensible. Stress, which is in your mind, absolutely can lead to illness. Absolutely. So maybe she doesn't feel guilty consciously, but maybe it's subconscious. Melissa says, Jessie did say when she got cancer that she has a genetic anomaly that caused her cancer. Okay, got it. For those who don't know who Jessie Lee is, digital acetone, Jessie Lee is a very high up person in the network marketing industry who's with a company called Prove It, and she goes by Bossly, and she's just one of the most like toxic. I hate even using that word because it's such a buzzword that people use to death. But she is a very toxic mentor that puts out pretty bad energy, in my opinion. Chase says, I also think it's wrong for her to use her cancer diagnosis to bolster her self-image and scammy business endeavors. I agree. I also think in that same vein of like us talking about if it's karma or not, you know, Jessie Lee in her post is saying, if cancer wanted to kill me, they should have chose a weaker vessel or a less God-fearing vessel. So does that imply that everyone who did succumb to their cancer wasn't God-fearing enough or wasn't motivated enough or wasn't hardworking enough? You know, it's sort of a dick thing to say. You know, was my grandma who died not God-fearing enough? That woman was the most devout religious person I ever knew. Was a child who dies of cancer not working hard enough or not believing enough, you know? So, full disclosure, the makeup one is enraging. Got it. Well, I didn't expect either of them to be, you know, sterile. All right, let's see. The part when he said a minister is in his downline, which means the congregation is getting recruited, is so gross. Referring to my Gary video. Yeah, Gary's a really interesting character. I spend a lot of time on him actually in this Primerica video because he's been with it so long, and he really is like, you know, when I first met him on my Zoom and he said he was with the company 30 years, I didn't realize who I was actually talking to. He is like, he's been doing this a long time. A long time. God doesn't care about your MLM, neither does Satan. Yeah, so true. Okay. Let me see what was here. All right. Yeah, motivate the cancer away, Joseph. All right, let's check this out here.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee. You can call me.
Meek says, sorry, Mom, won't be able to make it to your last day on Earth. I got to hit the Chairman 20 focus group. Oh, man.
Boss Lee, or the people's mentor. I help people make 6 and 7 figures from their phones. And I have destroyed colon cancer. So, with that said, how's everyone doing?
I have destroyed colon cancer through belief, or rather, she believes she destroyed colon cancer.
I am going to get ready for a Persian New Year party that Avi Ram and I are going to go to now.
Is that her boyfriend?
I've not done makeup on live video in a really long time, and I figured I'd come on and chat with you guys because this is something that I do, and it's feminine, and I enjoy it. And so I'm trying to do new things to keep my energies balanced in a different way. So it's been a long time since I've done makeup. My makeup is way more natural that I wear now. You've probably noticed. I don't even know if I know how to do makeup anymore.
She said in her live tonight that cancer did metastasize. Oh, man.
Kidding, please. I just had the freaking primer. See, this is what. Hey, babe, is there primer on the sink in there in the bathroom? That YSL primer that I said, oh, I need that. I just fiddled with
Skip ahead a bit.
because this is so ugly. Like, what is going on here? And so I just want to know, like, what do we do about this? You know, like, is this going to be the new thing? Is this...
Oh, yes, I did hear a little bit about on, whose live was that? Aaron's or maybe DC's about Jessie Lee talking about her, like, relationship with a dude who is married or her boyfriend is married.
That's what it's always going to look like, because I would prefer, let me put some freaking makeup on this ugly mug. I would prefer for that not to look like that, if possible. I really don't know about this foundation.
Her BF is married with 3 kids under 7. Oh, man.
Goes on very smooth, but I think I've lost my tan, you know? So, jeepers creepers. I think I need a new color match, Sephora. But anyway, so we're just gonna have, this is just gonna have to be the color we go with.
Okay, yes. So Julie Joe and Aaron Bees did a live the other day reacting to this. I'm a few days late, but I haven't seen that live, nor have I seen these videos. I'm a bit late to the party, so I'm just watching it now. But you can also watch theirs if you want more coverage on this.
I might have to put some on my ears because I don't think I'm that color any longer. I think I need to go back to the Middle East. Oh, heavens to Betsy. And I was gonna take a trip to Scandinavia. I don't know if where's everybody watching from? Where are you watching from? Am I Scandinavian as well? And so what they are is you go inside of this super hot infrared sauna. Your head is out. I know what it is, but I don't know how to explain it. So it's like this, it's O3. Like, we're going to turn colors up in here.
I'm skipping ahead to find the good shit. Oh, don't skip. She interchanges her talk with MLM pitches. Okay, my bad.
Okay, I'm going to an Iranian New Year's charity event tonight, so that's why I'm getting ready, for those of you that are wondering what's going on. Because, look, in the past, you know, like a month ago, I had cancer. I don't anymore. Do I have any tests to prove that? No. Do I need them? Also, yes. But we don't have them yet. So anyway, I get in this chamber, and I don't know, I was immediately energized. I felt really incredible, actually. Like, I was like, ooh, I'm missing out on telling you something. There's voltage inside of it. So our bodies need voltage. And so you're getting, like, electrocuted the entire time that you're inside of this, like, watering oxygen sauna machine, which was incredible. And so I love that. That was great. Did that this morning. I also have a biocharger in my home. Shout out to Kurt Lingington. He's one of my good friends. He brought over his biocharger machine because he's like, I know you could buy it, but it takes so long to get it to you. You need this right now. And so I've been running all kinds of different energy programs on the biocharger, which has been amazing. Big fan, 10 out of 10. Then I also go get my blood cleansed. If you look at my veins, I have a lot going on my veins right a river the other day, and like we were both sobbing. It was like super impactful. He's got, you know, some psycho stuff going on in his life, don't we all? And so it was just very like calming for the both of us. So what else has been going on? Oh yeah, but that was like PEMF was inside the ozone sauna today as well. The Hockey. It's called the Hockey. Correct, Brittany Anderson. Correct. Thank you. Okay, so what else has been going on up in here? I grow sprouts every day and I eat them. I've been doing the alkaline water now for years. So if the alkaline water was going to be the be all end all that saved me, I would have let you guys know. However, I do have water coming. If you guys are, anyone know about Anyone know the real Brad Lee? My friend Brad. So Brad did a podcast, I guess, how long ago now? A couple weeks ago, and it was with a lady with this water, or a man, excuse me, from Hungary, and his daughter, and it's called cocoon water. By the way, I went and got stem cell injections, so I don't need stem cell patches. Thank you. Like, I went straight to the source. I spent the money. I got the stem cells. Didn't tell you guys about that. There's a lot I've been doing. Like, it's been amazing. So anyway, I called Brad because I listened to his episode where he's talking about this cocoon water, which is just.
Op Yop in the chat says, I was at a Primerica job interview on the night of 9/11. I called ahead to see if they would reschedule based on the happenings of that day. Nope. Crazy.
Literally drinking oxygen. And because it was on his podcast, it completely sold out. So they sold thousands of units. It can't get anywhere. Yes, I've been doing energy healing as well. Angel, you can connect me as well if you'd like to. But anyway, so they sold out right away. And again, God bless my network. But I reached out to Brad. He connected me directly with the owners, and they actually sent me this. Also, I got sent to Sia's redox water. Manatech has sent me a bunch of stuff. I've been drinking Kangen water for like 5 years, guys. So please don't speak to people that sell it and say, you'll never get cancer. Lies, 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 lies. Okay? That's why people give MLMs a bad rap. But anyway, what else did you know?
Yeah, that's why.
I don't know. I just feel like I could talk about this all day. There's a lot I actually want to talk about really fast. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing, which is, I'm sure, why I'm so damn healthy. Partially, but we need to talk about this. The medical system, it is crazy. Okay? It is crazy. I want to give a big shout out if anybody's a nurse on here. You guys are the real MVPs. 7,000 out of 10 do recommend.
Did the doctor do it? Or did God do it? Or did the belief do it?
I even liked the little sweet nurses that came in, and it was their first day in, working on the floor. Not even working. I think they're interning on the floor in the hospital, and they destroyed my veins. I mean, they were so embarrassed. How do you miss this? I don't know. Like, I have the most beautiful, thick, juicy veins. You would love, like, if you're a phlebotomist, you would just love to have me as your patient. I even loved those nurses. I even loved those nurses that were stabbing me and injuring me. They were the sweetest. They were so thoughtful. They come in at any hour you need. They clearly are there doing their job out of passion. And I just want to give respect if anybody's a nurse. If anybody's a nurse, I just want to give you guys like some love and appreciation from Jessie Lee to you. Wow. Like, wow.
I have this on 1.25 speed, just full disclosure.
Wow. And so I just really appreciate you guys. Now, on the other hand, I also want to give appreciation to my surgeon, who clearly had a masterful hand. Do you guys want me to post what?
Why did y'all tell me don't fast forward? We're 15 minutes in, nothing's really happened. Y'all lied to me.
That's the cost of this live, is to buy ketones. Thank you. You can also join me in business, of course, with the promoter link. And I can also be your business coach by clicking inside that link. The Boss League Accelerator enrollment is now open, and you can be a free affiliate. Okay, so moving right along. With that said, my surgeon and the oncologist are 100% pimps, not of women, of chemo. They really love that hoe. They really love her. They love her. She is it for them. They just want to get those commishy-mishies, and they don't care who dies. I mean, okay, maybe they do care who dies. I shouldn't say that. But I will just tell you guys, I have never in my life seen such a strong and compelling sales pitch. They really should go into sales. They really should. They did a double team like I've never seen in my life. They were able to, they took the initiative to go past my 2 emergency contacts and call my assistant to tell her that I was going to be dead by Christmas if I didn't follow a chemotherapy protocol, to scare the bejesus out of her, to have me get ambushed by my assistant and my lawyer the next day, to then have me go, oh gosh, guys, like I got stories for you. Okay, I got stories for you.
God forbid you get ambushed by people trying to save your fucking life.
Some stories for you. All right.
Doctors, today I learned doctors get commission on chemo, right? Fucking hell. What up, DC?
This is without any of the genetic testing. This is before I knew that I was an X-Men. This is before I knew about my mutations. Okay, I am a mutant after all. I knew I was an alien shit. Anyhow, I was a little bit stunned. And I called Ed Milet, or he called me that night, I guess, because I told him, hey, I just got back from this point, blah, blah, blah.
Jesus, Ed Milet. Yeah, that's who you call.
He called me, and he's like... Y'all know Ed Milet, right? You can drop a heart in the chat if you know Ed Milet. Ed was hot. he was not having it. I was not having it. None of us were having it. And so here's the crazy thing. You should never be able to diagnose something like that and have a treatment plan for something without all the proper tests. So for somebody to go in there and literally hand me the kind of hand me a packet of the medication he's going to put me on before we even have any of the information back from pathology, I think is negligent medicine. I also think it is insane that you really cannot, my friends, you cannot get the treatment you need unless you have a proper network or a lot of money. Luckily, I have both of those things. I highly suggest you get a really good business coach who teaches you how to make a lot of money, because let me tell you something, you're about to need it. Okay, hopefully you don't need it, but you know, what can I say? Let's just be honest with the situation. Guys, it is a dog-eat-dog world out there. Unless you know somebody, you're not getting an appointment in a timely manner. Unless you have money, you're not getting treatment in a timely way. You cannot use the, you cannot go to the alternative therapies or anything like that unless you have money, because insurance doesn't cover it. It is really crazy. Like, it's nuts. For me to go to MD Anderson for more testing starting tomorrow, by the way, I had to pay $17,000 up front. Y'all got 17 grand sitting around? Anyone? Anyone? Or what is the suggestion? Does everyone else just die or something? I don't have that option, okay? That's not my life path. My life path is not death. So for me, I went, okay, swipe the credit card. I don't care. Let's do it. 17 grand. Bada bing, bada boom. It's wild in these streets. Wild. Okay? That's before I even step foot in there. And so I just think, you know, it's been a big wake-up call to the corruption that is going on in our medical field in America. I think we are dealing with sickness. We're in the business of keeping people sick. I don't know about keeping people healthy. And so I more than ever am more excited to continue to be a businesswoman. And now I got a whole new story to share. I'm excited to go on all my podcasts that I had to cancel. I've been on so many bomb-ass podcasts I had to cancel, but it's okay. We're going to come back in these streets and be better than ever with a publicist and the whole nine. And we're going to the moon. Y'all understand what I'm saying up in here? So, I've heard more stories than I could even explain at this point from so many of you and your family members, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, that same story, same this. My mom died because she couldn't get in. My this because they didn't have money. And I'm just like, when is enough going to be enough? When is, you know, and now I understand why when celebrities get sick or people they love are sick, they end up starting charities that go crazy, and they get a ton of money for alternative research. Like, I get it now. Like, why should you have to pay? Like, okay, so as an example, if you read the book Life Force by Tony Robbins, he talks about how everybody should go order a full body MRI on themselves and go get a Grail test, a Gallery Grail test. You guys can all go get these, okay? Now, does it cost money? Hell yeah. A full body MRI cost me out of pocket in the state of Texas $2,500, and it took over a month to read, okay? So I don't know why it took that long, but it did. That and the Gallery Grail test was another $2,500. Those $5,000 for me to just spend, thank God, are what, for a lack of a better word, saved my life. It's like, why do people not have access to stuff like this? This is very crazy. The book is just called Life Force, and he'll talk about stuff like, I now have access to natural killer cells. I have access, obviously, to stem cells and everything like I've discussed. I have access to all of these different treatments. I'm taking Myers cocktails in their raw form, by the way, 3 times a week. I'm just trying to think of things as they pop up in my mind. Iodine treatments every day. Disgusting. It's all this, like, disgusting stuff, I think, that keeps us alive, but I don't know. It's just, you start to learn things about the system. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I really have to say about that. So, what can I say? What can I say? All right. So we can talk about other things, by the way. I talked about this in my close friend story, but I didn't talk about this publicly. The number one question, this is not me being an anti-vaxxer, just for the record, okay?
Oh my God.
The number one question that every single doctor, and I've gone to, how many at this point? Holy crap. I am not vaccinated, for the record, okay? The number one question, the reason, well, you'll see why I say that. Number one question I'm asked by every single doctor, whether they're an oncologist, whether they're a GI doctor, whether they are my surgeon, whether it's any of these naturopaths, any of this stuff. Number one question, are you vaccinated? And you know, I started asking probably about the 3rd or 4th time. I said, why is every single doctor asking me this? Because you guys are the ones telling everybody they need to be vaccinated so that they save the populations. I'm just curious. I'm just curious. And they said because
How old is she, Scott? She's in her 30s. What up, Scott?
There is now a direct correlation between all cancers that we find and the COVID vaccine. And I went, damn. Okay. And then I started asking every doctor every time they asked that. So they all said the same thing. And I'm like, that is crazy. Now, I'm glad y'all did what you thought was best for your body, okay? I'm like, holy crap. People get so mad at people about this. Is not to have a COVID vaccine commentation, by the way. But that's what these traditional doctors are all talking about. So I'm kind of just like, I was like, wow. So I started getting kind of annoyed. Like, why are you asking? Why do you keep asking me this? Why are you asking me this? And all these doctors, every single one of them is telling, and then every doctor I went back to, I asked them, I'm like, why did you ask? Why did you ask? So, I don't know, just be careful, I guess, is what I'm trying to tell you. But, I was more concerned with the cardiovascular stuff, I wasn't worried about, I did not think that it was going to cause cancer. I just saw very healthy people dropping dead and getting heart issues from it, and that's what made me go, yeah, no, I'm too active, like, I can't do it. personally. So do what you want with your body. I just think that's information that, for whatever reason, people aren't really talking about that much, and I think it's something that probably should be talked about a lot. So, anyway, yeah, yep. And that's not me being a conspiracy theorist. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But when you end up being somebody that is getting asked by doctors repeatedly, are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated? Are you vaccinated? You start to ask questions like, why are you asking me so many times if I'm vaccinated? So, and I think a lot of it, of course, is money. So, obviously. So, anyway. But you guys ask me, yeah, you can ask me questions about whatever I'm talking about. I don't really want to keep talking about cancer because I don't have it anymore. Can't wait for my PET scan. I'm really excited. I know it sounds very crazy to be like, so excited for this PET scan. I can't wait, but I can't wait for them to tell me that I don't have it anymore. I see them being like, we don't understand, Miss Ward. We don't understand how there's no cancer in your body. And I'll be like, because I've been in these streets. I've been in these streets doing it chemo-free. Okay, tell us about the coaching session. Sure. So, the Boss League Accelerator is currently open for enrollment. They are weekly coaching calls with yours truly. It's the only way you're going to get access to me at all. Obviously, you have way more access in the higher level coaching with Platinum, which is for more like systems and scaling your business. The only cancellations we've ever had for this are people saying that the accelerator is either too advanced for them and they're learning too much, or I've had some people say, I needed to know more detailed things about systems. I'm like, you were in the wrong level. You shouldn't have been a gold accelerator. You should have been a platinum. So pretty excited about that. And we do talk about investing and all kinds of stuff inside of the Platinum Accelerator. It's not appropriate for people who don't have money to invest. To be, in my opinion, when I got to teach you other stuff, right? So yes, the Accelerator program is amazing, and it's been so fun and a huge passion project of mine. And I have not stopped that during all the cancer treatments and all that stuff, even surgery. I did the call, and I get so much energy from it. Like, it's just something that gives me more energy than I can explain. So, yes! And of course, there's one-on-one coaching with the Platinum Yearly. So Liz just said the coaching sessions are effing incredible. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So that's like my big passion project. You can go to the link in the bio and check out everything I do, but that's where you're going to find that. You're going to find that as well. Hold on, I shouldn't talk and do my waterline. It's just not really working. Wow. It's also been so long since I've done this makeup. This is
thumbs up the stream, y'all.
The smoothest eyeliner ever, and I can't get it to go on right
There's like 60 of y'all that haven't clicked like.
Maybe I'll just do a white, because the white is not dried out.
I do not want to marry her anymore, y'all. It's
So,
over.
All right,
That's
we're doing
insane.
a white waterline. Plans changed. Also, Aviram has never seen me with a full face of makeup like, oh, he has one time. The Moni's wedding he saw me at. So, this is his second time, so I think he's excited. Where is my eyeliner?
Does she really not believe in sunscreen?
Hey, babe. Can you go in the, I need a liquid eyeliner. I don't know if you know what that looks like. There's a whole bunch of them in the...
Where did she say... Which live did she say that it metastasized? Was it this one?
There's like a jar thing. Please. You can bring the whole jar, and I can just pick one out of it. Full makeup is only for ugly girls here, not girls that look like you. I love you, Naomi. You're so sweet. Oh my gosh. No, those are just... let me see it, maybe. Might be in there. You're a freaking king. I would like to give a big shout out to Aviram and his ability to be freaking perfect for me. He brought me a whole entire jar of eyeliners. I love you so much. Babe? Making sure. So sweet. Best man. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna do that. What was I even talking about? I was asked by Moxie Lash to test these under the eyelashes. Dude, I can't do it. Like, how do y'all get these lashes under your eyeball? Like, no, I can't do it. We're just gonna put on the lashes. All right, we're not done though. Like, this is clearly not a complete look. And the lighting is strange in here. Everything's strange in here. Anyway, okay. I have a book list on my app, I believe, so you guys can go to download the Boss League app and you can check out my book list for personal growth.
Where are y'all getting the Jessie Lee live streams from? Because when she goes live on Instagram, it's live and then it's done. So how are y'all getting the perfect screen recordings of them? Like, there's some of you who just like follow her from a dummy account and screen record it every time from the jump? Because that's dedication. Or like, how do y'all even get these lives? Or Facebook, I guess?
For books I think you guys should read. God brought him. No kidding. It's so funny. There are people who are trying to convince. Okay, so he has Arab blood. For those of you that haven't heard the amazingly good news, he is 99.7% Arab, and that is just like so sexy to me. What? But he's a Jew, you know, like in case you don't know. But I love that about him. He's a very good Jew, actually. But heard him go, stop!
What the fuck?
That's what I'm attracted to, you know? I'm attracted to Arab men, so it really worked out for me the best, because Jewish men, for those of you who don't know, they really like strong women. So if you're where are my single strong women in the building? Single strong women in
Scott, you'd be amazed. Like that, doing makeup while talking about something is such a huge, like, I've seen true crime channels. I forget the name, but there's this one true crime channel that a girl I dated once briefly would watch. And it was literally like more than an hour-long video of a girl doing her makeup while she essentially just read the wiki details of a certain like murder or something, and it had like over 1 million views. Like it was and like her channel was popping. So I think it makes sense though, because I mean, I listen to a lot of podcasts and streams and videos while I'm, you know, doing laundry or cooking or something like that. So it makes total sense to me that, you know, girls have something on while they do makeup. And if the person in the video is doing makeup, maybe it's like a double whammy. Maybe they're like trying to do the makeup look the person in the video is doing while also listening to like something they're interested in. I don't know. I don't watch it. It's not for me because I'm a guy, and that doesn't, you know, I'm not really into true crime or makeup, but you know, it is a big thing. It is a big niche.
the building. I'm going to give you some information about Jewish men that you might want to know. If you're a single strong woman in the building, you should probably look into Jewish men. 10 out of 10. They like strong women. It's in their culture. I've been reading a lot of books about Judaism and like Jewish life and like stuff like this. And it makes a lot of sense. They have like a ton of respect for their mothers and just like strong women in general. And so I didn't know that because they're not people that I'm typically
Facebook. Okay, thank y'all for letting me know.
Attracted to. But this one.
So did she just find out that her boyfriend has been married this whole time?
Wow. He's Sephardic Jew though, so he's, you know, what can I say? What can I say? Is he a Christian Jew? Oh, no. This man is Jewish. And not like Jew-ish, like full-blown, you know, God's chosen people. That doesn't with my eye roll.
I thought you were God's chosen.
You can't hear my eye roll. But you know, but yeah, so what would you, it's true though, this is a true thing. Yeah. So, yeah. So I love it. I love it about him. I think it's amazing how religious he is. I think it's great how involved he is.
LOL, and pass. Ask Peter. He knows for sure. Scott says, YouTube's strange. Women and men watch way different channels and content. The algorithm works so well. You never see those channels if you aren't into that content, but it's huge. Yeah, that's the thing, man. That algorithm, I promise you, don't do what I did in 2022 and try to shift the entire focus of your channel, because YouTube knows much better what your audience wants to see than you do. For example, I have this channel, Always Marco, but I also have like a personal channel that I was like, okay, well, I'll subscribe to all the stuff that I want on this channel because I don't want my subscriptions to be seen publicly. So I have this other like YouTube channel account that I'll subscribe to everything from, and then I'll just use this Always Marco channel to like post stuff and, you know, do my live streams. But even with me not subscribing to any channels from this Always Marco channel, I was getting recommended all the stuff that I would have watched anyways without even subscribing to people and without even like using the like button or leaving comments. Like, YouTube just knew. So yeah, don't try to fight it. YouTube knows better than you.
With that, and then it's cool learning all of his customs and traditions and like the holidays the Jews celebrate. And we've been reading, who's we? I've been reading about Passover.
How did she end up start talking about Jewish religion and Jewish people? If this is what the rest of it is, I can skip this one.
And then we have discussions about it all the time, and it's cool. And then, you know, I make him challah, and I try to read some of these Hebrew words. It's really bad. My Hebrew's not great. And then that's that. I hate people like you. What about anything I just said is anti-Semitic? I can't please all y'all. So what can I say? Yeah, we were reading out Seders the other day, yesterday. We were doing a bunch yesterday. So, but anyway, so he was raised Orthodox. Yeah. So when we talk about, when I talk about the Bible, or he talks about the Torah or the Talmud, we have like lengthy discussions. We were talking about the name Isaac last night as an example, and obviously that's an Old Testament. If you are a Christian, that is an Old Testament story, of course, with Sarah getting pregnant at 90, and so Isaac in sure he pronounces it very differently, but anyway, it means laughter. So anyway. Yeah, we had a
She's
whole
down
conversation.
all the different cult thinking, like Q pipeline thinking shit with the God's chosen people, with the Jewish comment and the whole anti-vax shit. Like, you know, dumb shit leads to dumb shit. Play silly games, win silly prizes. If you are in a fucking cult, MLM cult, and you're so used to double think, holding two opposing beliefs at the same time, if you're so open to double think, like for example, here's a great example of double think in Jessie Lee Ward's case. I manifest the best life for myself, the best quality of life, the best health, wealth, etc. But then she gets cancer. So now she has cancer. She believes, well, this is just a test that God has put in my path because I'm one of the anointed ones, and this is just a chapter in my story. Well, that's an example of double think or cognitive dissonance. That's what that means. You hold two opposing beliefs at the same time. Well, which one is it? Is it that you should have never gotten cancer because you manifested living the healthiest, wealthiest life? Or is it that this is part of your journey? They pick and choose. It's selective. And, this is... Doublethink is one of the most, it's the most widely used manipulation tactic in MLM. We were just watching that David E. Monetier live stream the other night, right? You want people to envy you. You want to blah, 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 whatever the hell all his buzzwords and shit that he says. Well, you think you have one belief. Most people have one belief, which is that they would be happier if they had a lot of money, and that people who own businesses usually have more money than people who are just, in horrible jobs. And so he'll say, okay, well, you have this belief that, he won't say this outright, but this is how they play on your established beliefs. You believe that you need to have money to live a happy life, right? So then he'll say, well, most people who have businesses are the wealthy ones. The business owners are the wealthy ones, not the employees. So here's how you can start your business. So he's preying on your one belief, which is that being a business owner is good, and you want to make money, and you believe that making money is good. And then the cognitive dissonance comes in, where you believe that the MLM company is the way you're going to achieve that, despite what you're seeing around you, despite people leaving.
Keep up the good work, dude. People needs to see this.
Thank you, Digital Acetone. Appreciate that. And despite the 99% annual loss rate. That's cognitive dissonance. Believing this is going to be the thing to make you rich, because you already believe that being rich is good, and the 99% loss rate and all this stuff is explained away through further cognitive dissonance that just plunges you deeper and deeper into doublethink. Well, Marco makes videos about MLMs. It's because he's a hater. It's because he failed. Okay, sure. I've heard that one. Well, Google, people say they researched it on Google, but Google isn't research. Anyone can write anything on Google. Okay, well, if I shouldn't listen to Google, why should I listen to you? And it's just like they only ever tell one side. So anyways, my point, dumb shit leads to dumb shit. When you start operating through doublethink, cognitive dissonance every single day, you're just more susceptible to it happening in the future. I think this is why we're hearing Jessie talk about maybe Jewish culture in this way and anti-vax and whatever. What's up, Savannah? Are you done streaming already? I feel like that was quick. I feel like that was a quick one. Oh, did you raid me? I think I just saw a spike in people. If so, thank you. I wish I could have stayed in your stream for longer. Everybody, big up to Savannah. Thumbs up the stream, y'all. We're almost at 300 viewers. So anyways, let's get back to Jessie here. Oh, no, hold on. I want to see what y'all saying. Her partner is Ashkenazi, Jewish. Anti-MLM is true crime to me, says Charlie Wins. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I guess that's fair. All right. Here we go.
About that last night.
Wow, I just realized something. David Imonitier is literally Obama. The way he talks, where remember last stream I said David Imonitier talks like if you fed an AI, ChatGPT, like or one of those AI voice programs, just like Barack Obama, you know, speeches, and made it come out with some MLM pitch. We need to give the glory to God, and you know he talks just like a fucking alien trying to pretend he's a human being. A lot of them do, but wow, literally pseudo Obama or Obama. So go ahead, we'll let Obama be David Imonitier.
Can I even still do eyeliner? That is the question. Do I still got it?
Okay, 2.5 hours. Fair enough, Savannah.
And then I told him, I was like, babe, we gotta get some Shabbat candles up in here. We were reading all about it. I'm like, where are my 2 white candles? Anyway.
Savannah says, yeah, AZ doesn't participate in DST, so now we don't have a perfect... Arizona doesn't participate. What the fuck is DST? Something time? Daylight savings time? Interesting. What the hell? That's okay. Get on with it, Jessie.
But I'm obviously like at a point in my influence, in my business, etc., where people are either gonna love me or hate me, and so it's fine. You can twist any words that you want. I really don't care. It doesn't bother me at this point because I know my intentions, and if you think that any of my intentions are bad, you're crazy.
You know what is crazy is I don't think Jessie Lee's intentions are bad. I don't think there are many people on this planet who actually wake up and go, how can I cause harm today? I genuinely think that Jessie Lee or David Imonitier or Alex Morton or whoever it is, I genuinely think that they believe. I believe they believe that they are doing good. I believe they believe that I am just a hater. You know, I believe they believe that they are helping people. I really do. I really do. So no, I don't think their intentions are bad because they don't intend bad. They just do bad. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. You either love me or hate me. Every unlikable person. Hilarious.
Okay. The winged liners are looking good. Okay.
Oh, I see, Savannah. We were 2 hours apart before, and now we're 1 hour apart. So where does this go? Daylight savings time eventually ends, right? I don't know, Dick.
I'm offending you? Well, then stop watching. I don't really care. If one person thinks I'm an anti-Semite, goodbye. Doesn't really bother me at all. There's really one person that really matters to me if he's worried about if I want to protect the Jews or not, and that would be Aviram, not you, stranger danger. So you keep doing your thing, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. Okay, so you said a great book is the Jewish Book of Why. Steph, we were reading it last night. That's so crazy. I have that book. We were reading that book. Ah! So anyway, hey Tony. Yeah, so we were reading that book yesterday, actually. And then I actually was gifted like 8 or 9 different Jewish books and like Jewish traditions and like why you do things in Judaism and all kinds of stuff like this, which I just love because I think it's important that if you are especially...
I actually don't think she's anti-Semitic. I don't think she personally holds anti-Semitic beliefs. I get why people are saying that these comments she's making are anti-Semitic. I think she's actually just trying to be like edgy, but I think, I think her having a Jewish boyfriend and reading Jewish books and going to Jewish parties would be pretty strong evidence that she's not anti-Semitic. And I know that's basically just a variation of a I have a black friend argument or I have a gay friend argument. I'm just rolling the dice here on what I think.
You know, obviously in an interfaith relationship, that you learn about each other. So you learn about different customs and you pay attention to why somebody does something or what's important, like why things are important to him or whatever, instead of being like, what's going on? Like I remember when he first spent the night here and he prays with the fill-in, right? Because I had no idea what that was, you know what I mean? I was like, hey, what is that? Can you explain it to me? And he had no problem explaining all of it. And when he's wrapping his arm and how it says God somewhere, it says whatever, or a letter, it says one of the letters, if somebody is Orthodox, you'll know what I'm talking about. And he was like, oh, yeah, no one's ever asked me like to explain it before. I'm like, I want to know all the things. So, but it's really cool. Like the different customs and traditions.
I think the way she's saying, like, he's a Jew, that sounds pretty harsh. Like, you know, to say somebody is a Jew, I don't know why, but it just sounds more harsh than saying they are Jewish. It's almost like if you referred to somebody who is black as a black, or like blacks. If you called black people blacks, it's sort of that type of. It feels that way. You know what I mean? Like if she was dating a black guy, I feel like she would. The translation of saying he's a Jew, in this context, if he was black, she would be like he's one of the blacks, or he's a black, or something like that. So I don't know why. I guess that's just a cultural thing where it used to be a thing like, oh yeah, he's a Jew. You know, he's a black guy. He's African. But I don't know. It does sound a lot harsher when you say someone is a Jew. It makes it sound worse. So, but I don't know. It just feels, you know, I don't know. Again, I don't think her intention is negative. I think she's just doing what she always does, which is acting like, you know, I tell it like it is. I tell it like it is, and if that bothers you, you're just a hater. Stop watching. I'm gonna keep doing my thing. You can't talk to these people. It's talking to a brick wall. They could say, if Jessie Lee was dating a black dude, I would not put it past her to start saying the N-word as part of her like vocabulary, and then say, well, if you think I'm racist because I say the N-word, well, you obviously just are ignorant because I have a black boyfriend. I feel like it's the same type of energy.
And how things are done. I've been all about this turning everything off on Saturday thing. This has been like one of my favorite things, is just kind of going silent on weekends. I'm actually better at that than he is, for sure. So, you know, but I love the rest on the seventh day. Of course, that's in Christianity as well. So, yeah, no, it's all really cool.
It's like, you ever been around older white people? Like my ex-girlfriend's dad was like this. So my ex-girlfriend, her sister was married to a black guy, and my ex-girlfriend's dad was like older white guy, right? And every time that my ex's sister came around with her husband to like a family thing, the dad would like switch his shit up to start like, you know, there's no way to say it, but he would start like sprinkling a little sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Like he started putting that urban twang on it. You know what I'm saying? And so like, you know, just shit that he wouldn't normally say. I feel like that's what's happening here. You know, like you know what I'm talking about. When you see a white guy who's like, yeah, man, this shit was crazy, and then a black dude comes around, he's like, what's up, brother? It's like that type of energy, you know what I mean? So, or they'll start just like making, it's like they're uncomfortable. They'll start pointing out like cultural things, or saying like self-deprecating like jokes about being a white guy, you know what I mean? It's like, all right, you know? So I feel like this is sort of the same type of energy where like Jessie Lee talks about her boyfriend being Jewish, and she's the type to go up to like Jewish people at this party she's going to and be like, Shalom, Toda, you know what I mean? So, yeah. When people just, yeah, you know what I'm saying? People... Anywho.
Our big thing, the big problem in our relationship is the food. He loves his Middle Eastern food. Yes, I was in the hospital. I love Jesus Christ. Okay, I do. Jesus is my homeboy. I'm so like, no, I'm not interested in converting. It's not anything. Like I have more Jewish blood than he does. And there's no chance. No. Because for me, just like for him, it's not just a convenience of it's not just something you go do and you're like, oh, I'm a Jew now. I have no interest in doing that.
Flippant. That's a good word, Melissa. She's flippant. She's flippant and disrespectful, even if she doesn't mean to be anti-Semitic. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. She's flippant.
I am a Christian, so I'm excited for. So Palm Sunday is actually one of my favorite services of the year, and then Easter Sunday is my favorite service of the year. So I'm really excited for Resurrection Sunday. I will be going to the services all week long during Holy Week, and that's what I do. So he does what he does, I do what I do, and we both respect each other a lot. So where did we meet? We met on Bumble. So his thing was like, I have an accent. He does have quite an accent. He's very handsome. His English has gotten a lot better. Since we were talking about this the other day, I was like, your English has gotten so good, babe, so good, I'm so proud of you. But he really is the best. I could sit on here and talk about him all day, clearly. I don't think he wants me to talk about him all day, though. So, you know, we can talk about something else, but he's amazing. So,
Peace out,
why do people
Melissa.
get on and say stupid things? I don't know. Stupid people say stupid things. And if you can't tell my intentions with this man and his religion and respecting him is really important, then I don't know what to tell you. I would never intentionally, ever intentionally.
Trisha Paytas energy. I haven't watched enough Trisha Paytas to know what that means, but I agree, I guess. Or I'm not going to dispute it.
Be offensive to him. To some of you, maybe. Just kidding. But to him, not a chance. Not a chance. So, I mean, we have religious discussions. We've talked about things, obviously. If and when, I should say, we have a son. You guys already know there is not a chance in hell I'll be circumcising that gorgeous thing. We've talked about that. And, you know, we have our differences and we have our similarities. And I think that is in all people. And I think that's what makes our relationship so great, partially.
Haram, married man on Bumble, for real, though.
One of the things that makes our relationship so great anyway. So
Y'all got to fill me in on the tea behind not just WFAB and the whole lore with that, but also Jessie's husband or boyfriend. He's married and like she got with him when he was married. She knows this now, I'm guessing. Is she proud of that? Is she not? That's what I need to know. Joseph says this guy must have that hood schmeat. I mean, maybe.
Ain't no way. This is not we don't have to talk about circumcision again. I feel like I'm talking about a lot on my profile. But go to yourwholebaby.org if you need information on why you should never do that to your children. Yourwholebaby.org, okay? And there are brists that don't involve mutilating your children. So if you're watching this and you are Jewish, you can look into that. What am I looking for? Oh yeah. But anyway, you know, what can I say? All right. You're gonna be an amazing mom. I will someday in the not so near future. Yes, you serve the host. You serve the host and wine at your church Eucharistic. Oh, you're Eucharistic minister. I love that. Love that. Nana was as well. And we would go do the lay Eucharistic stuff and services in people's homes on during the week for people who are unable to go get their communion. So I'm all about it, man. I'm a genuinely.
She's proud. They've been together 7 months. He filed in January asking for split custody and alimony. They have 3 children, most recent born in 2022. Insane.
Good Christian girl. What can I say? So he knows. He knows there's no converting me. Baby, I love you.
Insane.
Grab these at the freaking. Yeah, we're going to an Iranian New Year's charity event tonight. So it's a client of his, and
Didn't she start recently showing him on his pictures though? Since this cancer thing, the video is on 1.25.
so I told him I would do my makeup really well for the first time since we've been dating, with the exception of Sydney and Holly's wedding. So
his wife filed. Sorry.
Brown paper bag, and he'd be like, "Babe, you're so hot." But you know, I am from Maryland. Yes, I am. Yes. Hi, Annalie. How are you?
Thumbs up the stream, y'all. Like 50 of y'all haven't done it. 284 people watching. I know we're gonna crack 3 bills.
Yes, or Annalie? Could be Annalie. I give her a shout out for sure. No, he is Jewish. Let's see. Love how you guys have heavy talks. You know what's interesting is I think when you're as old as me, when you're geriatric like me, if I were to get pregnant, it'd be a geriatric pregnancy. If you're a geriatric like me, you gotta have the real conversations quickly. Like, I don't know, man. I don't really have time for BS. My BS meter is pretty quick. Well, really, really quick, actually. And so, I mean, I jumped right in. Yeah, the hard questions. What's going on with this, etc. Like, what are your thoughts about this? What are your thoughts about that? Once I determined, like, oh, I actually want to date this guy. This is more than just like a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. So, yeah, we've had a lot of, like, really intense conversations, obviously. And, oh, my God, babe. 7 months. Crazy.
What is he doing in the other room?
So much.
Hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, there's just not a lot of, like, fluffy crap going on, you know? When you're a geriatric like me. We're just too old for the BS. These lashes suck. I might need you to bring me the other lashes. Actually, these are horrific. And not like in a poor, like hooer way, like in a ew. I don't like it kind of way. These are just some Ardell lashes that I grabbed. It was funny because he's like, babe, you have so many lashes, because I have so many Moxie Lash. But the Moxie Lash are all those.
Dude, what's the over-under on Jessie Lee being alive 1 year from now based on how she's so nonstop with it? Like, she seems to be so dismissive of the medical advice she's being given. Like, I don't know. I just don't see how somebody who was in the hospital for stage 4 colon cancer surgery a month ago is like speaking on stage at events and going to parties and whatever a month later. And like doing Instagram lives and just like nonstop. I don't know, man. You're not invincible, you know? You're not invincible. He's texting different women in the other room. So stupid. Oh, man. Fuck.
The bougie ones, and they're so extra, and I don't wear makeup anymore, so for me to wear like really long crazy lashes now at this point in my life, jeepers, I just really can't do it.
I just really wish Jessie Lee could sit down with somebody like Gabor Mate for a day and just drop the Boss Lee thing just for a day, have no one around her, and just talk to someone who won't judge her and really get to the bottom of what it is inside her. Maybe something that happened in childhood, maybe something that happened earlier in life that got her to this point where she became this person. You know, because she's in there somewhere. She was once a little girl. She was once a baby. And nobody just fucking pops out like this. And I think, you know, that's another toxic thing about the MLM hustle culture, is that it's just like, go, 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 never sleep, don't stop. You called 100 people today, you should have called 500, and et cetera, you know.
Please accept my Starbucks money for the week as my tithe to the cult, and to help soothe your pain from sitting through this painful
Thank you, Amber.
JLW live.
Thank you, Amber. I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
I love you. Look, he brought me lashes. Like, look at the difference. It's crazy. I just think they're too extra for me now, you know, babe? What? I feel like they're too extra for me now. With my little natural life. Can I see? Ooh. Hello there! My man is good! Wow, is that for me? Yeah. Oh my god. I'm gonna take you home tonight. What? Good thing I took a nap, if you know what I mean.
Oh my god. Haram.
He looks very handsome. Oh my goodness.
So, Eliza, I'm sorry to hear that. She says, my grandma was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer that had metastasized, and she only made it another 2 months. See, it's like, Jessie, you gotta... Jessie, I know you're not gonna watch this whole fucking stream because there have been, you know, several streams about you just in the last week, and I don't want you to use your time that may be limited watching shit like this. But if you happened, by some stroke of luck, or somebody trimming this segment and sending it to you, I'm genuinely saying this from like a place of care for another human being. Fuck our differences with the anti-MLM, MLM shit just for a moment. Just like human to human. I don't want you to die. Just please, you know, there's no point in me even saying it. I would just say, like, I just lost my grandma to cancer less than a year ago. Just slow down. It's okay. You don't have anything to prove to anybody. You know, you have value that is beyond your Instagram and your speaking engagements and your money and your business, okay? There are people who love you without that shit. You know what I mean? Just like, I get it. You know, you want to prove, yeah, they couldn't get me, but you don't owe anybody fucking else. You don't owe anybody. You don't owe God. You don't owe your team. You don't owe people around you. You don't owe Ed Milet. You don't owe Eric Worre. You don't owe all these people. All these people. You know, think about this. The whole idea of like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm grinding on my business so that I can do X, Y, Z. Nothing is permanent. How would you feel if Ed Milet or Eric Worre applied that same sort of hustle mindset to your funeral? Oh, I'm not going to Jessie's funeral. I'm hustling. Jessie would want me to hustle. You realize everybody dies at some point. And to just never stop, there's no end. There's no end. You know? So, just, you owe it to yourself, I feel like. You know, to just chill. Just chill. You know? Ask yourself, what would 5-year-old, 8-year-old Jessie do right now? Money aside, everything else aside. Just, what would I genuinely do as a result of listening to my inner child self and operating from that place just for a little bit? If I was just purely trying to get joy that had not been poisoned by the caring of what other people think or a fear of judgment. So I don't know. I see somebody who is careening towards the wall so fucking fast, thinking that they are going to break through the wall and emerge on the other side as a Super Saiyan. And I just hope that, you realize that that is not the case before that happens.
Where are we going? There's a Iranian Persian New Year charity event that we are going to. So, yeah, I know 7 months. Holy smokes. Guys, I don't like lashes anymore. I grabbed these in the checkout line at Nordstrom Rack. Somebody put them back down, and I was like, ugh, I should wear lashes tonight, shouldn't I? Let's just grab those. They were on sale for $4.97. So, yes, I do love Moxie Lash, by the way. They're my favorite lashes. I just need a different style. This is the only one I have. It's just not going to work. So, hell yeah, Cell Ketone's #1 in the world. Link in the bio. Let's go. Oh, and I think Avi wants to... We're going to pack trials live soon. I was going to say, I think he wants to. I don't know if he wants to. But I like doing it with him. Do you like doing it with me? Yeah. Babe, you look very handsome. I'm getting taken aback right now.
So, Jessie, somebody get this girl The Power of Now. Somebody give her the book, The Power of Now.
My heat is rising. Look at you. Whoa. Babe, we are about to leave. I'm doing final touches. That would be amazing. Thank you. You're really going to be Wookie's favorite. Oh, shoot. That's going to ruin Instagram. An Amber Alert just popped up on Instagram. That's going to mess up my... Hi, baby girl. That's going to mess up my Instagram sound. You're not going to be able to hear me. How are you about to leave? What are you wearing? I'll be fine. Hi, Wookie. Outfit of the day, please. I'll post photos, guys. Don't wait. Oh, don't worry. These lashes are horrible. 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 Don't go buy Ardell. Go buy Moxie Lash. Ay, ay, ay. These are so bad. I'm trying to make magic happen right now. Guys, I'm a woman. I always say, oh, I'm ready. I'll be ready in a second. Oh, you guys can hear me okay still? Okay. On Instagram. Oh my god. My lashes are like... I do not drink keto cream. No. Oh, now his friend's here. I can hear them chattering in Hebrew.
Annoying Amber Alert. God forbid.
Moxie Lash would never do this to me. hate it. It's just lifting in the corner.
I just wish I could give Jessie Lee Ward a hug, man. You know.
I don't have like the magic touch anymore, you know, because I don't wear lashes ever now, unfortunately.
All right, this is about over. So I'm going to end this one. We'll move on to the next.
Persian New Year. Adios.
I listened to this book, The Power of Now. It's a very famous book. I listened to it recently for the first time. And it's narrated by the author, Eckhart Tolle. I think it's a must-read for everybody. And in the book, there's a lot of overlap between things that are in that book and things that are in my other book, my other favorite book, Nonviolent Communication. And in The Power of Now, it starts with Eckhart Tolle saying that up until his 29th year, he had suffered from such a depression and self-loathing and pessimism about the world and suicidal ideation for so long, for his whole life. And it got to a point where one night he said to himself, I can't live with myself anymore. And then thought about that sentence, I can't live with myself anymore. What does that mean? And in the book he says, if I said I can't live with myself, that means there must be two of me. Who am I talking about when I say I can't live with myself? What image of myself am I holding in my mind that is making me say I can't live with myself? And his description of the sort of epiphany he had at that moment of how he's actually not his mind or his body, but he is this like third-party observer of both, changed his life trajectory from that point, and he started like finding appreciation in everything. And like I think what he describes is an ego death. I have not experienced that, but when he said that in the book, the thing about if I can't live with myself, there must be two of me. That was the first time I'd ever heard that, and I was like, damn, that's a bar. Let me think about that. Who am I? Who, if I pretended to be somebody outside of myself looking at me, what would I write down about myself? What would I know about me? Okay, now how do I like separate myself from that and just observe myself from within, but detached from what I do for work and what my name is and who my relatives are? I still haven't got to that moment, okay? But I think the overarching message of the book, which is to not derive your self-worth from any external achievement or failure or anything that happened in the past or any worry about what happens in the future. Just be present. Be present. I think that is what is so missing from not just Jessie, but every MLM person that I have ever seen. There is never a moment that is now. There is never now. It's always, I'm going to hit this rank, and so in order to do that, I need to be calling somebody. And while I'm calling this person, I'm already picking up the other phone because I got to call this person. I've literally seen videos of people on the phone on two phones at the same time. Yeah, exactly, Paz. You're not the captain of the football team, Marco. Get over it. So true.
Marco!
Rainy Kanan says, isn't the power of now shielded by many of the self-help grifters? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. And I'm sure it's twisted, but that doesn't invalidate it. People twisting it, that's what all these people do. MLM grifters, they take a morsel of truth and they bastardize it so that it sounds reasonable and it sounds like something you already know to be true, but they're using it now for evil. They're twisting it for evil. I'm not twisting it for evil. I really think that these people are so dissuaded from being in the present moment. They just bury themselves in work and motivational quotes and mindset. That's actually what Steve Hassan talks about in his book, combating cult mind control and freedom of mind. He talks about how he was recruited to a cult, the Moonies, back in the 70s. And the first thing that they did was bring him to this seminar that lasted days. And it was endless speakers and group, think sessions and into the late hours of the night, to the point that he was sleep deprived. He says the first thing that they did was made sure I was sleep deprived so that I didn't have my rational thinking, faculties about me. Isn't that what we're doing, Jessie? Isn't that what all these MLM people are doing? I'm up early grinding. I'm up late grinding. There's no weekend for me. I'm grinding every day. It's all about keeping you in a constant state of momentum and never pausing. They say depression is fear of something that happened in the past, and anxiety is fear of something that hasn't happened yet, something that's in the future. And the nemesis of both of these things is being in the present moment. If you actually objectively looked at it, in the very present moment, you just sitting there, yes, there might be something at your job tomorrow. There might be some debt that you have. There might be some cringe thing you did in the past. But at this present moment, nothing bad is happening, objectively speaking. If a still image was taken of you in this moment and shown to someone on the other side of the world, privileged or not, and you said to that person, what is wrong that's happening to this person in the image? They wouldn't be able to tell you. It would only be stuff that's happening in here. I'm sounding like a mindset guru now. I told you I could give you one of the best presentations, mindset presentations you've ever seen if I wanted to. But I think you guys get my point. Jessie can't even talk about her diagnosis without going off the rails about, questioning the science, questioning the doctors, going on some tangent about this or that, Jewish people. It's like, what's that? Somebody tell me, is it the book 1984? I think it's a different book where people have these like devices on their head that constantly play like loud, staticky sounds. It's to prevent you from being able to think. There's also a Black Mirror episode where there's always noise around you. There's always like a TV show playing, or you're always wired in. I think that's exactly what these people in MLMs have going on. It seeps into culture with the rest of us a lot too. It's like constant TikTok. And then it's like, oh, I got to get off of TikTok. And what do? You switch over to Instagram, start watching Reels. And it's like, oh, I got to get off Instagram. You go over to YouTube, start watching Shorts. So I'm not sure what the book is, but it doesn't even matter what the book is. You get my point. Brave New World. Okay, you get my point. Jessie, when was the last time Jessie actually meditated genuinely? Without the voice of Eric Worre or Ed Milet in her head. When was the last time these people sought to feel a sense of like childlike fun that had no monetary upside, no clicks, no followers? That's why I cherish spending time with my nieces so much. Like today, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it home in time to even do this stream. And a couple weeks ago, on Saturday, you guys know that I said, you know what, I'm not going to stream tonight because I was spending time with my nieces, and I thought that staying with them was more important. My 11-year-old niece is just growing like a fucking weed. She's going to be taller than me soon. And, I could have gone home and streamed and made money and got views and, increased subscribers and provided, but I don't know. I'm trying more as I get older to just take steps back from myself as much as possible. And I've said this before, but a lot of you here are new to my channel and don't know this about me. But like, when you see me on my stream, I'm always on. I'm sure I'm, making jokes and I'm talking and going on monologues and whatever. But in my regular life, when it's not the few hours a week that I'm on stream, I'm in complete silence. I'm by myself. I'm by myself here in my apartment, you know? Or if not in complete silence, like often I am watching stuff or listening to stuff, but I am silent. You know what I mean? So I'm mostly, on my streams, I'm putting it out there, but usually I'm just absorbing shit and nothing else. So, and even then, I feel like I need to make more of an effort to unplug at times, and I should probably go to more yoga classes where I'm not with my phone for an hour and meditate more and all that stuff. Focus on breathing more. How many of you right now watching this are tense in your shoulders and you could drop your shoulders, or you're furrowing your eyebrow and you don't even notice it and you could relax it, or you're clenching your jaw and you could relax it, or your lips are pursed, or your tongue is pressed to the roof of your mouth and you don't notice it, or you're like, for some whatever reason, just tense, like holding your leg up and you don't need to be? I feel like MLM, being in an MLM, is a constant state of non-relaxation, a constant state of being inflamed and being acidic and being stressed. And they think it's good stress. Oh, that stress is what you need. And that shit will give you fucking cancer. I know maybe that, you know, Jessie would dispute that and say that her cancer, it's hereditary or whatever. But hey, I just feel bad. I just wish I could give Jessie a hug, you know? I just, you know. Savannah says she feels called out. I'm sorry, Savannah. Oh, man. Untethered Soul. I'll check that out, Michael. Sorry, it's by Michael Singer. That comment was posted by Mistakenly Mindset. Or, I can't read. Mistakenly Midwest. I read it as Mindset because that's what I'm on. But you're right. I'm not the captain of the football team. Peter Mingles was. So, Peter Mingles, you got me.
Marco. Play it some more, Marco.
I've read Nonviolent Communication several times, Ruthie. I actually have bought that book. I have that book physical copy, and I have the Audible version. And I've bought the book several times as gifts for other people because that book, Nonviolent Communication, if there's one book that changed how I think and how I respond to things more than anything, it's that book, Nonviolent Communication. It was actually gifted to me sporadically one day by a yoga teacher of mine a couple years ago after a class. And I unfortunately sat on my shelf for like a year and a bit before I actually read it. But I'm grateful that I did read it. Work can be used like a drug to distract you from your problems, says NPAZ. So true. So true, frankly. So true. Anxiety is very loud. This is true, Savannah. I hear that. We all get it. We all get it. Olivia says you really would slay in an MLM, Marco. Yeah. Make mindset videos, but based on truth. No. The whole thing feels scripted. Thank you, Lily Key. This is not scripted. I'm just ranting here. All right, let's try to get through this second Jessie live. It's a bit longer, and I'll say it right now at the beginning while you guys are here. I'm putting this on 1.25x speed, so if it's fast, that's why. Yes, it's sped. All right, let's go. I'll go over here.
Hello, everybody. What's going on? It's Jessie Lee. You can call me Boss Lee or the people's mentor, and I help people make 6 and 7 figures from their phones. I have to pack your guys' trials, and I actually need to pack up everything from from the Excel.
Meek says another session of mind control and hypnosis by Marco to his cult members. So true. So true.
Billions and billions.
Now give me your money. Streamlabs.com/Marco54/tip. The pinned comment in the chat. You want to give me your money. You're a little NPC in my MLM RPG. and you want to give me all your money.
Accelerator, so there's a lot of gifts that have to get passed. Oh, I want a stupid belly button out. I'll put my sweater back on. Anyway, so how are y'all doing? How's everybody doing? I'm going to pack up the gifts from the accelerator that are owed to people. So for those that don't know, I know you're not all in my accelerator.
Sorry, I just want to read one more comment here. Joey K says, subconsciously, for her to acknowledge it would make it real. And Katya shares something. She says, that's something I realized about my eating disorder. It took over my whole life. I didn't have time to think or feel or anything else, and I liked that. Yeah, the one thing I noticed, I had an ex-girlfriend who was addicted to smoking weed, okay? Addicted to smoking weed. You can be addicted to anything. She was addicted to smoking weed. Now, the cycle went like this. She woke up, she smoked weed, and then throughout the day, she smoked weed. Once in a while, she would come to this feeling of dread about how much money she was spending on weed, how much time she was spending smoking weed, how much of a loser she felt like because she was smoking weed, how she felt like she couldn't function without smoking weed, etc. And how much time she wasted was the biggest one. And so she would have these moments where she would feel all the weight of these overwhelming feelings about, smoking weed and why she was upset with her addiction of smoking weed. And, I've wasted so much time smoking weed, and just all these things that she would have to sit with. And so what was the solution? Smoke more weed. And it was just a never-ending cycle. If she didn't smoke weed, she would have crippling anxiety about how, because she's been so used to smoking weed, and if she lets the anxiety fester, well, then she's going to start thinking about how she's spent so much time smoking weed, and now she's older, and she wasted so many years smoking weed, and she's getting older, and she'll never get that time back. And it's just like a sunk cost fallacy. You continue the treadmill, and you're never going to get off it until you actually do face the final boss. And who is the final boss? It's not some drug counselor. It's not your family. It's not giving you an intervention. It's not the bank account hitting zero. The final boss is you sitting with yourself. The final boss is you laying on the couch, closing your eyes, pretending that you are standing across a bridge. And on the other side of the bridge is your 5-year-old self. Really envision them. Look at them. What are they wearing? How do they sound? And you walk across that bridge and you have to play with your 5-year-old self. Just play. That's the final boss. That is the thing that most people would, crumble and fall into a little puddle, even trying to comprehend. And it took me a long time to do that. A couple of years ago, I spent thousands of dollars on therapy, going to therapy. And after many, many sessions of doing this method of therapy called EMDR, it's like eye movement desensitization, something. And my therapist told me, go on YouTube and search this inner child meditation. So I laid on the couch, I turned off my, things that would give me notifications, and I listened to this inner child meditation. I just sat there in my mind and pretended to, be an observer of myself, present day, and my inner child self. And it was like such an experience. And after it was over, I fell asleep there on the couch. And when I woke up, I had such a weight that was lifted off of me. And that's, I don't know, the point I'm making is we all have something. That's the final boss. That is the final boss, is your 5-year-old self. And I just wish for Jessie that she would take that journey if she hasn't, because I think that when you do that, you realize that you don't have to stress so much about all these adult, ugly, gray things that we're worried about. So, anywho, got way too deep. Got way too deep. All right. Let's continue. Silica Valley says, this is cult mind control.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility. Yeah, there you go.
But every week I give away gifts. So these are the first things that I have to pack up. Hello. Looks like Courtney Shepard's in the house. I look good. Thanks. Hi. How are you guys? Yes, thank you for the prayers. I really appreciate them. Trust me. But I have really good news because 2 days ago. I know.
What up, Paquita Ruby? Glad you could be here.
So 2 days ago, Courtney was there, so she can tell you I'm not lying. Not that I would lie anyway, but
You're not lying.
by the way, if you're not following me on TikTok, that's
I need to check that out. Silica Valley says Vipassana experienced a cognitive shift that altered the direction of my life. Hardest thing I've ever done, but the most rewarding. Bars. Savannah says, nah, she says her cancer is because of childhood trauma? No way. Bro, somebody send this to fucking Jessie Lee from an anonymous account. Send her the title of this movie, The Wisdom of Trauma. It's by Gabor Mate. It documents people who actually have cancer, whose cancer, I'm not trying to prescribe anything or say that this is going to happen, but it documents people in the movie who have cancer and their cancer goes away. I don't know if their cancer was stage 4 or if it's the same. Everybody's different because of them resolving childhood trauma. You would be amazed at how carrying shit with you through your whole life can affect you. But, you know, again, I'm not trying to sell false hope. I just think people should watch that.
where I'm updating everybody. It's the same as Instagram, I'm Bossly. But anyway, so 2 days ago we were at the oncologist at MD Anderson, and is this my first live? No. MD Anderson, and I can't see the whole comment, but and
I will be canceling my cult membership, Marco. I can't believe you weren't the captain of the football team, says X Gonzalez. You got me. You got me.
The oncologist was...
And Obama to lighten the mood. Here we go.
Obama.
Thank you. Daily reminder, Marco was never in an MLM, exactly. So, sure. Oh, sure, Jen, we know you wrote that whole thing out word for word. Yeah. Or maybe you meant to say sure, man. Yeah, I got you.
It's like, oh, the median survival amount of time is 2.5 years. And I was like, immediately no. Like, immediately no.
Blackout.
Yeah, and then I blacked out. And so luckily Courtney was there because she asked all the questions that I was literally incapable of asking. And then today was a little different. Today we got a little different too. He literally said, I mean, honestly...
I didn't mean to... I don't know, I was like excited. I was about to do this. And then
He's like, honestly...
My 5-year-old self is the president of the school paper, says Rainy Cannon. Y'all are hilarious. You guys kill me. So stupid. Weed and coffee both fuck me up mentally, says NPAZ. Insane. The final boss is the house hippo. The final boss is playing mousetrap with your inner 5-year-old child and not losing your shit. You guys kill me. Wrong. The final boss is Peter the Homecoming King. Yeah, and the star quarterback. My 5-year-old self would be like, why are you not a dinosaur yet? Oh my God, you guys.
I don't know. Every patient's different. I was like, I know that's right. I know that's right.
That's what the other guy said too after he gave this like thing, and then I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah, no, he literally gave me this like death sentence. And then, yeah, training was good today. Now I'm getting too hot, huh? Oh yeah, well, he closes his eyes when he gives bad news. Because I asked other questions today, and he like literally closed his eyes again.
Body keeps the score. Okay, I need to check those bars out.
But whatever. So, I know that's right. So, what was that? You know, booga wooga?
She was the first one. I was
Oh, you meant sure, Jan. Okay, my bad.
the second one.
Exactly. He's not God. I know that's right. So, I know that's right.
I might have to put this on 1.5 speed because this is an hour and a half long stream, y'all.
So anyway, I even did cryotherapy today, which I do not do. But the reason is,
You did that?
yeah, it's painful.
It was painful for you?
Dude, that cold is brutal. That negative 220 feels every bit of negative 220. Where is my man? My man's in California right now with his babies. So I was really cold. But the reason I wanted to do it was because I was like, you know what? I hate the cold. If y'all hate the cold, tell me you hate the cold in the comments, please. I really hate the cold, and I knew that if there's anything I hate more than cold, it's cancer. And that's about it. And so I figured if I could get in my mindset and be like, all right, I will not tap out on these Cryo Pro Cryo Pro -220, then I can conquer anything. And I was in that motherfucker, like,
You're like, let me feel the pain.
it's so fucking cold in here. I really want to tap out of this bitch. And then I was like, no, the cancer doesn't want it either. And so I was breathing even deeper. I was like, in this freaking.
And Paz says, if you look into the ACEs test, there's some science behind trauma causing chronic conditions. You do not need to convince me that trauma or stress cause chronic conditions. I believe that wholeheartedly. You know how I know that that's true? Is because when I feel anxious, I feel it in my body. You know? You know?
The crazy thing, but I did, if you're wondering what these are, like if you look at my veins, I do ozone every single day. I have a hyperbaric chamber in my house, which I figured out how to get myself in by myself now. So that's good, thank you. You love the cold?
See her man's in Cali with his babies? Oh man. This dude's still fucking his baby mom, 100%.
Listen, you and Senya, who just commented above you in that conversation, she lives in Sweden, all right, and she's Finnish.
She says poo, like it's not even cold.
I said cryo poo.
She's laughing.
Please do chemo. I'm worried for you. Well, don't be worried about me. Don't you be worried about me. Why gotta be worried about me? Now you don't need to be worried about me. You be praying, all right, and sending good energy. That's all we have time for is good energy. Okay. So anyway, I do have to pack stuff up. I'm getting like hot and bothered up in here.
I got you all worked up.
Hello from Barcelona. Love that. Cancer will try to make me tap out. I ain't no bitch. I'm not tapping out. Going to war. All right. But anyway, so there is a trial, he said today, by the way. He said there's a trial, a vaccine trial, that I would still have to go through 24 rounds, which is 6 months of chemo, first of all, which I don't know about all that for. I don't know why you wouldn't start with that, basically, but that's like their standard of care. So anyway. All right. So we are going to pack up gifts, first of all. So first, we're going to pack up accelerator gifts. And here are the labels. And Courtney's going to help me because I'm a disaster. All right. So here we go. And the first gift was for Natalia Sains. This is just going to Dallas down the street. She's getting Apple AirPods. Here, actually, why don't you take this? This would make sense for you to have this.
Oh, perfect.
So this is just for being part of the accelerator. So I do 3. So the vaccine trial, it's not like COVID or any of that nonsense. It's a vaccine, a cancer vaccine. Now, do I know exactly how these work? No. Am I going to do research? Yes. But have I? No. So thank you for sending the Kick Cancer's Ass vibes. That call was like 2 hours ago, though. And I also thought it was also interesting that there were 2 questions.
This is every time.
There were 2 things I found very interesting. One, I said, is there a specific way I should be eating that would be better? And he said, no. And I went, see, I don't know how I feel about all that. He did say I should exercise.
The Gabor Mate book, by the way, is called When the Body Says No, The Cost of Hidden Stress.
And I said, I got good news. Let me tell you about me. Let me tell you something. I exercise every day. So, well, I can't right now, but he said I could probably start doing brisk walking today. And I said, I'm ready for some brisk walking. Let's go. So I'm excited about that. So, Natalia, here are your Apple AirPods. Thank you for being part of the Bossy Accelerator. Links in the bio. Enrollment is currently open for that. That's just me business coaching. All right, I can't really see the comments on TikTok, so let me move this phone. Instagram, you're going for a ride over here, okay? Avi loves when I do that. He thinks it's hilarious. He's like, why you always do that thing with your tongue? I'm like, what thing with my tongue? All right, now I can see your comments. Okay. Okay, what about alkaline? Yeah, I mean, I drink alkaline water, and I've been eating my sprouts. I DM'd you some amazing insights with the accelerator. Love that. I hear less and more sugar and alkaline diet. Yeah, exactly. Anytime someone calls you Jessie, you want to say Jess Healy. Love that. You got this girl of your positivity. Thank you. Owen, something. Yeah, there's a lot of people that have beat stage 4 cancers. I will be added to that list, okay?
1000%.
So, I'll be documenting everything. I am documenting and journaling through all of this anyway, so you guys will have an idea of everything. You'll know.
Yeah, I wonder how much money she's wasting on pseudoscience. There's a book. Yeah, thank you, Eliza. I just added that to my Audible wish list. Thumbs up the stream, by the way, y'all, as well.
Thumbs up
almost
the
at
team.
300. And we're almost at fucking 60K subs, which is amazing.
Everything that I've done. So, your mom can't lift 5 pounds still. My surgery was a month ago. I just lifted Kumba. He's 55 pounds. Duck eggs are alkaline. Chicken eggs are acidic. Interesting. I did not see your question. No. Your water ionizer. Do we have a water ionizer? What's that?
Well, eggs are really high in oxygen. A water ionizer? I'm trying to think of what the word ionize means.
I don't know if I have an ionizer.
I have a water machine.
I got a water machine. All right. You will beat it. Yes. You're right. My book is going to be amazing. It's true. What is that? What's on that? Print tattoo. Okay. Next is Christy Burnham. She got a Toomey bag. Ooh.
So y'all know more about, some of y'all know more about this Jessie Lee Ward cancer saga than I do. Has she openly said that she is refusing chemotherapy? Like she's not doing it? Like, I believe in preventative measures. Like, you know, if inflammation is what illness is, you know, if you've watched videos from Wim Hof, it makes a lot of sense the way he explains what illness is. It's inflammation. When you have a cold, your sinuses become stuffed, they become inflamed. When you have cancer, those are cells that are inflamed. Metastasization is inflammation. When you, et cetera, et cetera. So the opposite of inflamed would be to cool down the body temperature, increase the alkalinity, reduce acidity. That's why he's such a proponent of deep breathing, ice baths, etc. These are things that help regulate the body's temperature. Obviously, diet, these things are important as well. I believe in those types of things as preventative measures, for sure. But stage 4 cancer, okay. Now it's time for us to say, it's time for us to allow modern medicine to do its thing, you know? She's hinted pretty hard at it. She said chemo is a scam. Oh my God. My girl left me for Peter. That makes sense. We'll be doing Building Fortunes Radio. Saturday is the day that Building Fortunes Radio does their stuff. I'm going to try to get these streams scheduled earlier in the day so that, you know, this one I just posted it right before I went live, but I'm going to try to get them scheduled earlier in the day. So if anyone wants to redirect to me, they can, and also so that you guys know ahead of time that I'm going to be streaming and you can, you know, sort of plan your day if you want to watch it. But yeah, she plans to do things chemo free. I mean, wow. She said chemo was a sales pitch. Okay. All right.
So these are Toomey book bags. If you don't know about Toomey book bags, these are, well, I'm just showing them, so why not? These are, you just Google them. But these are some of my favorite book bags because they're super, super organized. So, if you have a Kangen machine, you do get ionized water. So yes, I do have ionized water.
She calls her oncologists chemo pimps. Insane.
Indeed. Christy Burnham, thank you for being part of the Boss League Accelerator. Oh, by the way, swag's coming. I hope you're excited. I hope you're excited. Oh, that $1 million water machine. I know. I think it's like.
And Paz says inflammation is preventative for the body. It's used to heal the body, actually. It's when it doesn't stop when you have a problem. Exactly.
5 or 6.
Thank you for the clarification there.
And I don't know. I've had it for years. You did a real thanking you for being in my head for strength of the most amazing strength. Thank you. I appreciate that. You're definitely going to crush this. I agree. What am I drinking? I'm just drinking water right now. All right. So Christy Burnham. Got it. All right. The next. Oh, I like my return address on this. Shipping and receiving. Bossly Accelerator. All right, this is from Michelle Lynn Hartston. Oh, she got a Versace keychain for being part of the Bossly Accelerator. All right, link in the bio. Let's go.
You gotta see it because it's like super cute.
Oh, it's a great.
I'm like really jealous. This actually
That's
really
just your
matches
shirt.
me.
Even this whole attitude, like you guys remember a little while back, like a month ago, we watched a video of Jessie Lee on stage at Eric's GoPro event one year. And she was like, hey guys, I'm Jessie. Oh, okay. Just like doing all this stuff, all this filler in between her words. She's constantly performing. She's always, you know, this is a woman who's a grown adult. And she's constantly like wiggling around and flailing about and like making funny sounds and noises and voices. I just wonder if subconsciously, I don't wonder actually, I think subconsciously, she doesn't realize that she doesn't need to be doing this. She doesn't need to be putting on a performance all the time. She doesn't need to be impressing anybody or proving anything to anyone. I think that's really the root of all of this. I read something recently that said, like, men who have trauma with their fathers, you know, stuff related to their relationships with their fathers, are usually the people who are, sorry, let me rephrase this. If you look at the most ambitious men, a lot of times they have some issue with their father, some issue of like not feeling like enough. And I've wondered that about myself as well. Is the only reason that I work so hard because I have some internal unresolved father issues. I'm at least conscious of the possibility now and try to like operate just from a place of my own joy. But I don't know. I just feel like Jessie is this like, it's like when you're a kid, you're in junior high or you're in high school and there's that girl who's always like making a scene, you know, or just has some gossip or some drama to tell, or is just always like up hitting the ceiling, you know what I mean? Bouncing off the ceiling is the phrase I was looking for. Yeah, it's just like, you don't have to do this. Like, I feel like that always having to be the loudest is like an insecurity. You know? I don't know.
She was like, I love when people match me. She said this yesterday, and I was like,
I do.
I mean, I do have some amazing things that match her, but
Yes.
a Versace keychain is not one of them.
Yeah, the one I carry
Guys.
is the baby pink one, but yes.
It's short hair. Okay, I need that.
It's
a
super
little
cute.
bit.
Here you go. Here you go, darling,
Yeah.
darling.
And Paz, Misha, totally. Ignacio, yeah.
Say while we're saying, the link is in the bio for the Boss Lake Accelerator. I dropped this in my stories yesterday, and I have been with Jessie Lee frontline for, I joined in what the year was that? 2016. So what is the one? What year are we on? 7? I've been on many high-level coaching calls every single week. I have had exposure to this woman's extraordinary trainings like 3 to 5 times a week, multiple times, like for the last, I don't know how many, at least 3 years. And I have never seen her show up the way she does on the accelerator. Like that first call that she did was like, I was like, my gosh. And every year she just or every week she completely over delivers every single week. So
Thank you.
I love you.
Hey, Dana, feel free to message me. That's amazing. No one has said that. So she said, I've had 3 people I know beat stage 4 colon cancer using holistic medicine. Send me a DM. That's exactly what I have. So love that.
Really thoughtful observations
Let's go
tonight,
with the winner,
Marco.
cancer winners
I
up in these streets.
appreciate your insight. Raising hands, medium skin tone.
Thank you. I'm praying hands, medium skin tone, right back at you. Really appreciate that. I appreciate you guys being here and watching and supporting me. I'm just trying to make the world a better place and do good. All this that I do with this anti-MLM stuff, you know, they'll say it's because I had a bad experience, and when I say, well, actually, it's because I lost my best friend to MLM, they'll say, well, that's your bad experience. So, but the truth is, I've seen what this stuff does to people. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend go watch my video on my channel called "I Confronted the FTC About Pyramid Schemes." It's this one here. I've moved it. Anyway, it's the most recent one there from 9 days ago, and I sort of give a little bit more detail about the experience with that friend of mine, and yeah. You know, I just wish, I don't know, I wish I could give Jessie Lee a hug and just really tell her, you don't have to do this, you know, you don't have to do this. I remember one time when I was like 23, I had been hustling so fucking hard. I was working for a recording studio, I was working for a promotion company, I had my own little thing going, and I was stressing all the time. And I remember one day I called my friend Philip, and I was on the phone. I was like, fuck, man, I got to go do this for this guy, and I got to go do that for that guy, and nobody appreciates me, and all this bullshit. And he just said to me, I don't know why it hit me this random day, but he just said to me, you know, you don't have to do any of this, right? And I don't know what it was about the way he said it or where I was at that time, but he just said, you know, you don't have to do any of this, right? And I don't know, it sunk in that time for whatever reason, and I just stopped. I was like, yeah, you know what? I don't have to do this. And I just stopped doing it. And since then, I've been living a pretty stress-free life. You know, the only stress that I have is stuff that I allow to happen. If I have stress in a relationship, it's because I was dating a girl that I probably shouldn't have been dating, or I ignored the red flags or whatever. You know, you choose what you put up with. And so, yeah, I live a pretty stress-free life, honestly. Nothing bad really happens, you know? So, I don't know. I just feel like Jessie is still operating from this hustle mindset place of like, that, you know, she has to do something. You don't have to do it.
I love it. I did ask what caused it, by the way. Okay, Jamie Mercer is getting this facial toning device, you know, for staying young forever in these streets. I'm actually more and more excited to get wrinkly these days, for obvious reasons. Yeah, so I know there's a lot of keto diet stuff for cancer, obviously. Maybe the normal mailers. Do you have any of those? Yeah. Will it fit in one of these?
Fits?
I don't know.
Questionable. You know, like when you wrap paper, wrapping paper, and then it's like, well, I know you don't do that very often, but
I did it for the first time last year.
You did it for Christmas.
Accelerator program changed my life, not just my business. I love you. Thank you. What symptoms did I have? None. And that's the craziest thing. So I brought it up again today, and I brought it up to him on Monday when we were in Texas. We're in Texas now. We were in Houston. And I said, is this normal? Like, I have no symptoms. I still have no symptoms. And he's like, yeah, I wish, what do you think? I wish I didn't see it as often as I do. But I do. Crazy.
She's like, me. I am young. I am this healthy.
I was like, that's how they want me dead.
Like, that fast? And he said, yes,
I wish it weren't normal.
I wish it weren't normal. The amount of young people coming in with colon cancer.
So check your buttholes.
Is extreme. So.
What is the point of that?
I didn't check my butthole. There was nothing wrong with the hole. Nothing wrong with the hole. The hole was functioning just fine. But anyway, the Accelerator program is my business coaching program. And we actually just got off of an amazing, the yearly accelerators get a special call with me, and it was really incredible. So he's like, I have no idea. It's probably environmental from your youth. And so it's interesting because my brother's gonna both my brothers that are biological need to go get tested immediately with colonoscopy. So we'll see.
That's
What up, Lucy Tunes?
we'll see about this. I just like it's tough, it's fine.
Jamie, thank you for being part of the accelerator. Let's go. There's 3 giveaways every week. So they didn't do a resection. They cut out, I don't know if it's 10 inches, 15 inches. I posted it in my story the other day. It looks like a flank steak. It's like this long. It looks in the photo to be like, how long is this? How long is that? Like, how long is that? 15 inches?
Elaine, thank you for joining the cult, Elaine. Welcome.
Marco!
Thank you for being here. I appreciate that so much.
Obama!
Yeah, but I feel like it was probably closer to the 10.
Okay.
It was like
Okay, so we got like this much out. It's really amazingly gross.
it was like this.
It's like all this.
Basically, it's like all of this. Right where it attaches to the small intestine.
Yeah.
And then it goes
So I
down
got some of
to
my large intestine out, some of my small intestine out.
or the large
The
intestine.
cecum or whatever, and then the appendix. And they went through here. And
They reattached the small to the large.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how does that happen? And then she was leaning over, and then she would
It was
like
like, you could feel your
it all.
intestines move. It's so gross. I will also say, I love y'all who love the accelerator. It makes me so happy. Kisha says it definitely was crazy. It looked like chimichurri.
Oh my gosh, I really.
Oh, I agree entirely. So yeah, I don't know. It was a whole section over here. I put it in my Instagram story. So they took that out. It had already metastasized, so it's not they didn't take this out. They took out 30 lymph nodes. 26 had the cancer in it, and then there's 6 lymph nodes now that have it, some like in different areas. So that's why it's stage 4. We're gonna get rid of this shit right now. Anyway, I hate my belly button. It's disgusting. I'll tell you how disgusting it is. I don't know if you can tell. Did yours like explode?
I heard you say that, and I was like, whoa.
Dude, it's so gross.
Well,
like,
because you have like,
I'm cool with scars. I actually told him, he's like, you're gonna have some, little scars, whatever. I was like, I don't really care.
I'm white. I'm real white.
You're
It's just
very white.
Hawaiian. But here's mine.
Yeah.
Yours looks
Mine's
really good.
pretty gone there. This one's
Yeah,
gone.
but then this
So
one.
I told him I didn't even care. He could like butcher me. There's 3 scars. There's this one, and this one. And so I don't really care. I just think it looks so gross. I think it's disgusting. I'm ready for it to finish healing. And not only did it look disgusting, I didn't have to. No, here's the thing. I mean, it happened during
I'm
like
glad
the
it
Zoom
popped.
happened.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, like I was like doing some crunches, and I was like, what? It literally had like it's fine now because now it's kind of like scabbed or whatever.
Maybe some lavender oil.
It oh, it was so gross.
gosh.
Like
My
so,
face
and it was like
is
it's not that gross. I'm like, dude, like it was like Dr. Pimple Popper in my belly button. So like I don't know, man. It was pretty freaking gross. But if you don't think it's gross, good for you. I also don't like how it like
Skipping ahead.
So we got their spleen removed. Hey, actually, for everyone you refer. I have to like tell you what the
What's the relevance of this stream? Is there even any fucking reason for me to be watching this right now?
Which I don't right now. Keto kick is like 5-hour energy with literally no crash. And so I want you guys to experience that. So all trials are going to throw one in there today.
We also have caffeine free.
Yes, I do drink caffeine free. Nothing's, you checked, I know I haven't uploaded podcasts in a minute. I checked today. I'll possibly upload one today.
What I want to know is, because this is the first time I've become aware of a high-ranking MLM recruiter getting stage 4 cancer. What I want to know is, if Jessie Lee dies, how do they spin it when she's been talking all this stuff of I'm going to beat this thing, I kicked cancer's ass, holistic medicine, modern medicine doesn't work, it's a scam, chemo pimps. When she dies, I'm guessing that Eric Worre and, Ed Milet and all these fucking people are just going to say, that was God's plan for Jessie. God works in mysterious ways. God God took Jessie away so that she could inspire the rest of us to be great and work in her monument, or she has work to do in heaven that we are not privy to and whatever. Like, they're just going to make up some new shit. It's like they move the goalpost every time, you know? Now, present moment, it's, oh, well, God gave me cancer so that I can prove how I'm going to beat it, and it's going to be a chapter in my best-selling book. But if it doesn't go that way, they'll just move the goalpost. And that's what's so frustrating and also invalidating of every person who has cancer, has had cancer, lived, died, of Jessie. Just making it up. Making it up. All of it is dependent on being detached from being a real fucking human being and facing reality. Be positive all the time. Be a robot. Act like nothing fucking happens. If you're positive all the time, you're a robot. Life is not enjoyable because things that are good aren't good without the existence of things that are not good. Food wouldn't taste good if it weren't for the fact that there were foods that tasted bad. It's not, there's some things, attitude is important, mindset is important. I'll never invalidate that. I'm not saying mope around all day, but I'm saying to be a human, you have to experience the full gamut of human emotions. And these people will do anything to not feel emotions that could be branded as negative. And that itself is negative. By trying to run away from experiencing or saying or thinking anything negative, you're living 100% of the time negatively. It's fucking the irony.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Keto Kick. Yes. All right. Mary Wilson is getting a Toomey book bag. Hey!
How did she find out she had cancer if she had no symptoms? Did a random scan find it? I actually don't know that answer, but I'm sure somebody in the chat. Oh, no. She had symptoms that caused her to get checked, I think. But by that point, it was already stage 4 when they discovered it, because up until that point, she had no symptoms. Okay, let me read your comments here. Put some lavender oil on it. They'll say the haters did it with our bad energy, yeah. Another Prove It leader died in December, 1 rank below Jessie. We scan for colon cancer in the U.S. and Canada because of our diets. In Japan, they scan for stomach cancer because of their diet with raw fish. Interesting. Fernando, appreciate you. Yeah, thumbs up the stream, y'all. Ah, man. Jessie stated she doesn't eat veggies. Fuck. Plus, don't their ketones have lead in them? No way. She drinks 3 a day or more. She did a random MRI. She said she read in a Tony Robbins book to get an MRI randomly. What the fuck? Okay.
One, two, three.
All right, cool. Well, I don't care. We'll do this one. So this is another Toomey book bag for free for being part of the Boss League Accelerator. This is like a really pretty rose gold color. I like this one a lot. You guys like this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like this one. So Toomey book bags. Love these suckers.
Me too. I don't have one
This
yet.
is fun
but-
too. They're awesome.
Question,
And
is this more of her talking about pseudoscience about her cancer, or is there another purpose to me reacting to this? Because I think we get it I think we get the full picture pretty well just from that last one and from her Instagram captions and from what the 20 minutes of this we've seen so far. So if that's really it, I'm happy to move on from this and go to something else.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. That's a huge promo JL's giving. Pudding Pop, Wild Tiger. Right now, I do not work very, very hard, so I don't want to lie to you about that, but as a general statement, in the past, I worked very, very hard until about 4 weeks ago. And I chose, that's 12 years ago.
You know, the focus and the energy, because I cannot even imagine.
Mary, I got your, I don't know, that feels like a very small amount to me.
I love sending you funny things, Randy. Ketones that help your brain, and then I want to eat at breakfast. Like,
You see yours, and I do know you want caffeine free. Gotcha. Hey, I don't know if it's considered gentle parenting, but it was lost muscle preservation, better sleep, skin mood, focus.
I still don't know what the fuck a ketone is. There was a point where she said she made 16 mil in 5 years. Yeah, Jesse, just go, man. Just go, quit, live your life, be happy, be free, you know? Oh, I've already been streaming 2.5 fucking hours. What am I doing still here? Man. Well, I think I've made my points about it. Unless something happens with, Jessie coming up here, unless something happens going forward prior to her passing away or recovering completely, unless something happens that is worth, talking about, I'm probably just going to let it breathe, because I feel, in my opinion, looking at the photos and videos of Jessie, even just since the last month when she announced the diagnosis of the cancer, I feel that this woman is unhealthy. I feel that I can see, maybe my opinion is colored by bias because I know that she has cancer, but I feel that I can see her continuing to sort of disappear. And that is, super, super concerning to me. I also don't want to end the stream on such a dark note, but, I'm happy to move on to something else. If you guys want me to keep going for a little bit, we can watch something else. Maybe that we can poke fun at. That's not so serious. I would like to do that as well. Man, I have a video here. This video is from 10 years ago. This is an Eric Worre video, but it features Ray Higdon. And I think I was going to save this for another stream. I was going to watch this Ray Higdon Eric Worre video, and then that was going to segue into me reacting to another episode of Ray Higdon's reality show, that horrendous reality show that we watched last week, where it was basically just people trauma dumping, and Ray and his wife, belittling them for not having a good enough, sob story. Scott says, I had an MRI in 2021, paid for it off insurance, $800. They found a thyroid nodule, had to get it tested for cancer. Thankfully, it was benign. Going through that stuff is rough. Yeah, well, I'm glad to hear that everything was blessed with that, Scott. How old are you, by the way, Scott? I'm trying to figure out if I need to be doing more to be proactive about my health. I just turned 27, and I live a pretty healthy life. I don't smoke, don't drink, don't really even drink soda. So, yeah, I wonder. I get paranoid, too, sometimes. You should watch the very end where she talks about hitting her godchild. Nah, bro, I'm not even in it. Not even into it. In the middle of all that, she talks about 6 lymph nodes that it's spread to, and maybe doing a port if she does chemo. Yeah, I'd like to see the profit loss on 16 mil in 5 years as well. 34. Okay. You're good at 27. Okay, got it. All right. The crossover of the ages, yeah. Do Worre and David. All this cancer talk. I have to sleep tonight. I have a busy day tomorrow. Yeah, sorry to have all this cancer talk in, Paz, but yeah, appreciate you being here. Hopefully you'll come back and watch the end bit tomorrow, and it'll be a silly goose time. The Eggman and Ray. Bro, I still can't believe Eric Worre had a fucking Pitbull interview. That shit was amazing. People want to... The word suck. When you're successful and you have success, people want to suck you. Amazing. Okay. Suck in excess. Yes, exactly. All right, let's check this out. It's called He Turned 20 No's a Day into Financial Freedom. This is 10 years ago, uploaded July 2012. So actually almost 11 years ago, bro. Oh, it's not showing it. It's the wrong button. It's not showing it. Here we go. Wow. Already amazing, you know?
Hey everybody, this is Eric Worre, and welcome to NetworkMarketingPro.com here in Orlando, Florida again with my good buddy, Ray Higdon.
Hey.
Ray,
What's
thank
up?
you for being here.
Wow, Ray actually used to smile back in 2012. Who would have fucking thunk? What up, Rachel? Hey, we got 300 likes on it, y'all. Good up. Good job. Big up.
Go.
Good job. So thumbs up the thing or whatever.
Honored.
Ray's going to tell his story, and his life has changed pretty dramatically from when in 2009?
July of 2009.
July of 2009, so recently until today. And Ray, why don't you just go ahead and tell everybody your story of what's happened since then, or where you were then and what's happened since.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I actually got introduced to network marketing in February of 2006, and I didn't get it to work, you know. And at the
How
same
many
time I
times?
was doing real estate.
How many times in a year of these guys' lives, how many times a year do they retell the story? What other fucking job or career? Even doing what I do, the anti-MLM shit, I don't even have to tell how I got into it as often. I don't have to tell the story of how I got into this as often as they do. Aren't you guys already fucking solidified? I still see videos of Ray Higdon today talking about, 15 years ago, real estate. What the fuck?
Work, you know, and at the same time I was doing real estate. I was a real estate investor here in Florida, and real estate was going very well until about 2008, and that's when my business model completely fell apart. And looking back in hindsight, I realized I had a business that worked in a good economy, like a lot of people.
The leverage killed you?
Leverage killed me, and so in the meantime, from 2006 to 2009, I'd actually been a part of 11 network marketing companies. Never
just looking for the fit.
I didn't know what I was doing.
Or just dabbling.
I thought I needed to be like a trench coat guy, like, oh, you don't like this, then try this, you know.
It's like like Jordan Adler was in 11 companies.
Yeah.
Before and never recruited one person.
Peter does it every Saturday, so true.
A few, but not too many.
Right,
and
okay.
So it hadn't worked. So in 2008, when my real estate business really went down the tubes, I went through kind of a mental and a financial just coma. I just kind of checked out, and I hoped that things would just get better, but I wasn't doing anything. I think I was just questioning my worth, questioning everything that I'd ever done, because here I was at a time in my life that I'd never been. I'd never been that far down from being that high up, because I did do well in real estate. And so fast forward to July of 2009, I'm in foreclosure. My personal home is in foreclosure. 7 of my real estate properties in foreclosure, and life was not too great. Buddy called me, a friend that I've known for years. He's actually my best man at my wedding just recently, and called me about an opportunity. I went over there, I checked it out, and I said, you know what?
How do you actually go through 11 companies in 3 years? Let me do the math. That's like 4 a year. How? That's like 1 every few months for 3 years. You had a failing real estate business, a failed real estate business, and then you were in 11 companies over the course of 3 years. Just say you're bad at business. Just say you're bad at business and you finally cracked the code, which is, oh, I need to lie to people to sell this shit.
What the hell, man? And so I rolled up my sleeves and went to work, became the number 1 income earner in that company in 7 months. I hit $40,000 a month. I've been there ever since. That was February of 2010. And so here I was.
You went from foreclosure,
yeah,
financial Armageddon.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah, exactly, NPAS. These people have completely lost themselves. They're just constantly playing a character. To the point, it becomes them. I think that's why Ray never smiles, because, he's not even, the lights are on, but nobody's home. He's just so suppressed. Steve Hassan's book, Freedom of Mind, talks about how cults take someone and they create a new cult identity which suppresses the real identity beneath. That's the person you need to speak to. You don't need to speak to the person who's on the surface, which is the cult persona. You don't need to start telling them, well, 99% of people fail and whatever. They've been trained to respond to that. You need to try to talk to the person beneath that. So what were you doing before this? Oh, I was, studying music. Oh, tell me about music. Talk to that person,
To 7 months later,
Yep.
40,000 a month, and it's been there or better ever since.
Absolutely, yeah, it has.
Number one earner in your company.
Yep.
Here's the question for you: what changed? You were an 11 before that.
A lot of people ask that, and they'll say, well, is it because the comp plan's so much better, or is it because the product, or is it because
What up, Julie Anderson? If you guys want great content about Ray Higdon, Julie Anderson worked with Ray Higdon alongside Ray Higdon in Rank Makers for a long while. She knows a lot about Ray Higdon. She was there personally. She has great reaction videos to his series Play to Win on her channel. Go check out Julie Anderson. I have a video with Julie on my channel, the second episode of Multi-Level Misery, actually. So go check that out. She knows her stuff.
The leadership or whatever. And, I think...
And yes, Eric Worre is a thumb.
I think a lot of those are factors, but the biggest thing is me up here. I really decided to put effort into getting better. And I became on a mission. I was just on a mission, and I tell you, I built this psychological trigger so that anytime I would think about how bad things were, because here I am prospecting for my house, I'm in foreclosure, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, you got to kind of trick yourself to have some posture, because you need that money.
Right.
You need money. And so I built a psychological trigger in that if I thought about how bad things were, I had to pick up the phone. And so when I'm on the phone, I couldn't think about how bad things were. And so I had read a book called Go for No, which I'm sure you're familiar with.
Great book.
And
everybody out there should get it.
Absolutely. And what I did in that, my first 6 months in that company, I had to, no matter Sunday, Saturday, Monday, didn't matter, rain, shine, whatever, I had to get 20 no's a day. And I got 20 no's every single day, didn't miss one for 6 months.
20 no's a day for 6 months.
Yeah.
How do you go from 0 to 40,000 a month?
Yeah.
20 no's a day for 6 months. If you'll commit to that for the next 6 months, wow, will your life change.
Also, I would love to see that video, Julie, that you did with the person who was sued by an MLM. I'd love to watch that. Please send me that on Instagram.
It's it's something that, and I've learned social media, and I've learned other things, other ways of marketing. But I'll tell you, the big difference is I prospected. I didn't have time to wait for leads. A lot of people are like, I just need leads, right? And I didn't have time. I didn't sit there and refresh my screen waiting for a lead to come in. I was hammering the phone.
Yeah.
And I would prospect everywhere. I prospected at networking meetings. I would go on Facebook, connect.
Yep. Anytime I would start to confront reality, I would distract myself. Great translation there, Joey K. Exactly. Just spot on. Spot on. Spot on.
With people and prospect. So I used a lot of different ways of prospecting, and it's actually pretty easy to come up with 20 no's if you put your mind to that.
It's easy to get to 20 no's. No
It is.
problem.
It is.
So how many people did, that's 180 days.
Yep.
Approximately, right?
Right.
182 days, whatever.
Right.
How many people did you recruit in those 180 days, personally?
It's tough to say. I know at month 4, I believe at month 4 I was at 40. All right. So, and the reason I know that is because, people always ask me, they're like, well, how much will I make? And I say, you don't know. You don't know because you don't know when your first leader will come on board.
Right.
And so I distinctly remember the end of month 4, I brought on a guy that I met through YouTube. I saw one of his videos. I'm like, man, this guy's sharp. So I reached out to him, prospected him, brought him on board, and he was my first guy to really run with it. He ran with it, put in 295 people in 90 days, right? So he actually out-recruited me. But I know right about month 4, I was at 40. I want to say at month 7, I may have been at 70.
So about 10 a month.
Right along that.
A pace of around 10.
Eric Worre in his G-Shock days, hilarious. By the way, if you go on one of these apps like Bumble, they have a thing called Bumble BFF or Bumble Biz, where you can change it from swiping for dating to swiping to meet people to network with for business. My friend Philip was sending me screenshots of dudes that he had seen on Bumble Biz that appeared to be legitimate financial people. All of them were like either Primerica or World Financial Group people. Just dudes on there. Hey, bro, I'm in financial services. You want to work? It's just fucking rife with scams, which shouldn't be a surprise.
Yeah.
So.
And that was no leads, by the way.
I understand.
That was all hardcore
just
prospect.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And since then you've worked on some technology. We'll
Absolutely.
But the the no's that you're getting, did it count if you're working in depth in your group, or was it just personal?
That was in the beginning. It was just me.
I would love to know also what MLM companies Eric was in and how he made the transition and when he made the transition from being in an actual network marketing company, as he calls it, I call them pyramid schemes, to just being a guy that sells like training and tools.
Once you had a team.
Once I had a team, I didn't count those as no's. I said it as my, I read Your First Year Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell, and I love
Another
what
great book. You should get your hands on it.
Yeah, I love what he said in there. He said, count on you being the only person for 12 months generating all income. And so I just kind of I'm like, all right, fine. And so I did a lot of three ways. I did a lot of flying around, going to different places here and there, and but that didn't count as no. So three ways didn't count or anything.
So people are going to ask, how did you come up with all these people to get the no's from? Because if you had 200 people on your list, that's 10 days worth.
Yeah, and that's the funny part is people. That's always the first thing that people ask.
Right.
Where did you come up with these? You know what? If you really commit to getting outside your comfort zone, you can come up with so many people. I would go right around the corners. I have from my old house at least, I have a car wash. There's a car wash there with a board of business cards. Right? I would go there, boom, 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 boom. I would call them up.
Right.
I would go to networking meetings, collect every business card in the room, follow up the next day. Those are no's. I would connect with people on Facebook. I had a certain number. I think it's more flexible now, but back then you could send a few, certain number of messages, and Facebook would kind of say, "Hey, stop it." So
I remember that.
I used all these different tactics. I recruited people off Twitter. I recruited people off
Did a lot of three ways, eh?
YouTube, but not by leads, but by reaching out to them and prospecting. And that's
so you just found a way.
I found a way.
And how many people did you have on your list when you started?
This shirt on Eric is so whack, bro. This shirt and watch combo is so not it. So whack.
What do you think?
If I had to guess, I would say maybe 250, something like that.
You about 250, and then you got organic after that.
Yeah, but then I would always roll back. So I remember my 5th month was my first $10,000 month. I reached back to my list, and I said, "Hey, you remember that thing I was telling you about a few months ago? Well, I know it's not a fit for you, but I just had my first $10,000 month. I want to see if anyone has been affected by the economy and wants to make some extra money." And so a lot of them be like, "What? What'd you just do?"
It's fun to make that call, by the way.
Oh, absolutely. And then
it's fun to lie to people. It's fun to deceive people.
At 7 months, I made that call again. So some of those would count. Sure. I would hit. I was all about.
Jose, I think the reason people fall for it, so to speak, is because it's being presented to them by somebody they already trust, and they're vulnerable. You combine those two things, and
speed. So I wouldn't. There's kind of a curve with me. I spend very, very little time on the prospect that hasn't seen anything. So I would very quickly, hey, if it's a fit for you, great. If not, no big deal. Right. I'm that kind of guy.
Right,
I'm not the here. Let me explain how great it is, and here's the comp plan. I don't do that. So very quickly go through.
You went about speed and numbers, speed and
Absolutely.
numbers, speed and numbers. But, ladies and gentlemen, here's the lesson that I wanted you to get out of this. 20 no's a day for 6 months. You say, I'll pay any price. I'll pay the price. I'll do it. Whatever.
Right.
I'll do what needs to be done. And you tell me what to do, I'll do it. I'll tell you what to do. Yeah. 20 no's a day for 6 months.
Yeah.
20 no's a day for 6 months, then talk to me. Well, I don't know what to say to him. You'll figure it out by day 3.
Right.
Because you have done so many.
Well, and what's powerful about going for no's is I distinctly remember there was a Friday. It was a Friday. I don't know what month this was, but it was a Friday, and I was making calls, and I hear a yes, and I'm like, wow, okay, sweet. So I hear another yes. I'm like, well, I'm not at my 20 no's. I got 5 signups. Yeah. 5 signups that day. Now I had gone weeks without a sign up. 5 signups that day. And that's what's powerful about, the best time to go for a sale is when you've already made one. So you get in that, like you said, momentum. So, absolutely.
Folks, solid stuff in this little video. This is one you're going to want to send around to everybody. Forward to your team.
What do you mean solid stuff? Solid stuff in this video forwarded to your fucking team. What the fuck are you talking about? I heard Ray Higdon give his rags to riches once again and talk about how he failed so much and then talked about prospecting. Look at the chapters on this video. We got intro, Jordan's story. Who the fuck is Jordan? What changed? Prospecting, first leader, countering.
I want to see if anyone has been affected by the economy and wants to make some extra money. And so a lot of them be like, "What? What'd you just do?"
It's fun to make that call, by the way.
Oh, absolutely.
I learned nothing. Wow. Why would you get 20 no's a day if it's such a great opportunity? Because, Fluffy Mangs, people block their blessings. People are dream stealers. People don't believe in themselves. I cannot wait for you guys to see this Primerica video. The woman that I interview, okay, another slight spoiler for the Primerica video. The woman that I interviewed during my infiltration, the woman that did the presentation for me, she goes, people are just negative. I say, is that the only reason people don't do this is because they're negative? She goes, people are just so negative. You need to brainwash yourself into positivity. As soon as she said that, I was like, oh, this video is going to be a good one. So, anywho. Can't shit, keep pushing. Solid stuff in this digestive tract, literally. Ray didn't get 20 no's a day. He's full of crap. I totally agree. Getting cursed out on the phone every day sounds fun. Literally. Anywho, y'all, I don't want to keep y'all here all night, but I appreciate you being here. And I'm excited because Primerica video is coming along well. And Saturday, we're going to be back with hopefully both Scott and Peter.
Marco.
And so they will be, regaling us with the stories of not only what they have to say about me that week, but Scott will tell us about his time at the Trump rally.
Do you like me?
So
Billions and billions.
Obama.
So that'll be good. And I realized I didn't play this sound today.
You're broke. You're fucking poor.
There we go. So anywho, I appreciate y'all. Eddie, a last minute bag. Y'all, the bags were light on this stream. The bags were pretty light on this stream. I'm not gonna lie. Despite the fact that we had almost 300 people at the peak, the bags. Thank you, Eddie. The bags. Pretty light. Look at Eric dressed like fucking Morpheus in this one.
So all closing is guiding a person. I want you to think of yourself more as consultant versus salesperson.
Wow.
A consultant.
They're done with you, Marco. You use them. Yeah. I mean, if they never talk about me again, I'd be very fucking surprised.
Is going to ask questions. Salesperson is going to be doing the hardcore close. Sometimes salespeople, they can bring people into the business, but people quit really, really fast. Consultants guide people into the business, help them come up with a solution for themselves. If you think of yourself as a consultant versus a salesperson, as a farmer,
wow,
versus a hunter,
making it up,
right? We're planting.
You're not. Just think of yourself that way, though. Yeah, hilarious.
Planting seeds. We're asking questions. We're guiding people through the process to make a decision, one way or the other, to join this business.
What the fuck? Hey, Eric, you suck. Wrong button. You suck. Appreciate you, Eddie. Means a lot. But who knows? Maybe people will drop bags watching the replay. You know, it's always open.
Wagwan.
Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that. I was just playing. I have Eric's book, GoPro, and I'm so sad to say that. Oh, man. You know, one of the days this week when I do the stream, probably Friday, I want somebody to explain. I'm going to go in Discord voice chat after the stream, and I would like somebody to explain the full lore of WFAB to me, including, like, share your screen, show me videos, do a fucking slideshow presentation. I want one or several of y'all to take this upon yourself to tell me everything I need to know about WFAB. Dead ass. Oh no, Eddie, not another one. Not another one, Eddie. Eddie going crazy right now. This is a scene from The Office, literally. Write this down. Write this down. Consultant to a salesperson as farmer is to hunter. Yeah, made it up. Made it up. Made it up. It's long AF. Okay, we might have to break down the WFAB lore explanation. Eddie, you're the GOAT. You're the GOAT, Eddie. One of them says OP, one of them says victory. Nice, Eddie. Eddie's the GOAT. And super sticker, too. Not even super chat. Eddie's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't got nothing to say. You already know what it is. Can I donate to my own channel? What the fuck? What happens if I do that? Oh, you can use different, like, cute little animals. Okay. What's the most you can donate on a super sticker? 55. What about a super chat? Super chat. 550. At least I'm in Canada, so. What about membership gifting? How many can I gift? 50. Wow, that's a lot. What about membership purchase? Okay, the chairman elite is the the top one. Okay, a lot of ways to spread the bag. Appreciate you, Eddie. You have to do a rap in the Eric Worre voice. I will. YouTube does take 30%, unfortunately. So out of that $40 that Eddie donated, YouTube took 12. Woo! All right, y'all, but that's it for me. I'm going to go before everybody dips out on me. So I appreciate y'all. We'll be back on Friday. And I still owe you guys one makeup stream. Not makeup like Peter Mingle's makeup. But like a do-over stream because I missed one because I was sick. All right, I appreciate y'all. Don't do drugs, and I'll see you next time.
Marco.
Yeehaw, it's bull ring.
TJ, Infinite Money Glitch. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, TJ. Give me 1 hour, and I'll break it all down. Thank you, guys, for being here. Much love. Thumbs up the thing. I'm over on Discord. Join the Discord. Link is in the description. We're over there. I'm on Instagram. I'm always over there. All right. I appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Peace out.
Obama.